I think I've forgotten to press the button. It doesn't go live. I've forgotten to press go live. Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. So basically, we are running Death Stranding for the first time on the Apple Silicon Mac. Oh, what's happening here? And let me see, what have I done? I've accidentally started recording screen. I'm recording through a capture card, of course. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me on the stream today. Basically, we are running Death Stranding on the Apple Silicon Mac. If you join me for my first stream, then you'll know that basically we had a comedy of errors. So basically tons of issues getting the App Store version of this game working. And basically, we downloaded the game completely. I started the stream, and then when I tried to launch the game, it said installation failed, and then it wanted to re-download 75 gigabytes of data all over again. That was very irritating. I managed to play other games instead. We're playing Tekken 8. We're playing. We actually loaded up the iPhone version of Death Stranding, but nothing will beat the original console level, PC level version of this game with the beautiful graphics. And today, that's what we're going to be playing. So, you know what? I'm actually going to restart this completely so that we can go from the beginning. And I'm just going to close that. So basically, we're going to be launching the Mac App Store version of the game from scratch. I'm just going to do that again. And we're running in beautiful 4K resolution. And we're using the highest possible graphics settings. We are using Metal FX quality mode with the temporal AA. But it is basically running at 4K on the highest graphics settings on what is basically the most powerful Mac that you can get right now. So if I go to options, you can see under graphics settings, 16:9, 4K resolution, VSync off, graphics detail very high, high, and everything onto high. Quality mode is set to ultra, and depth of field, etc. All the bells and whistles turned up. And so basically what I'm going to do today is start a brand new game, and then we're going to basically do a full playthrough, so at least for a couple of hours. So I did play the iPhone version of the game earlier. You can check that out on the stream that I did earlier today. Let me know in the chat if you came from that stream earlier and now you're back again. Really glad to have you back. But basically we're going to be playing the full fat graphics version of this game with the highest, basically the highest possible levels of quality. I know that you're looking at this through a 1080p screen, but that's the internet connection that I'm maxing out at the moment, so I can only really do 1080. But the game itself is being rendered on my MacBook Pro with M3 Max chip with 40 GPU cores and 48 gigabytes of RAM at the highest possible graphics settings. So we're going to get started with this right now, and press new game. And I want to experience this properly for the first time, because I think on the phone it doesn't really do the game justice. So let me know in the chat if the sound levels sound good. I want the sound levels to be a bit higher than normal, so you can actually hear and see everything and experience the game with me as well. And just let me know audio levels, are they good or not? Let me know in the chat if it sounds all right. So just looking at the chat, can you make a video about emulation on the iPad Pro? If you look at my second channel, I have a couple of tutorials about sideloading apps and emulating games on the iPad Pro. I've loaded up PPSSPP and Dolphin, and they both work pretty damn well on the iPad. So definitely check that out. Me as well, I freed up 123 gigabytes, still can't install Yagoa. You need more than that. You need about 150 gigabytes free to install this game. It really sucks that you can't play this game without more space. Okay. Janine says, you suffered for that moment. Yes, I feel like I have suffered. Did a 3.5 hour stream, and now I'm probably going to do another couple of hours. All to get to this point, waiting the whole day.
Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave birth to time.
You know, the whole other Mac gaming sphere managed to get this game working like 12 hours ago, but now it's 9:50 p.m. at night in the UK. Is waiting for this to work. Let me know in the chat if this audio level is good. Should I turn the game volume down a bit, or should I keep it the same? Let me know in the chat. Um, Martin says, been playing this on my M2 Max with max settings, locked to 60 FPS, plays beautifully. Yeah, I think this is going to hit max settings as well. Drake, Martin Drake, what resolution were you running at with your M2 Max chip? Raphael says, can we store App Store games on external disks? You can store them on external disks after you've downloaded them. So the problem is that you need double the storage space in order for the game to be downloaded and unpack, and that can only happen on the internal solid state drive or wherever your applications folder is located. So that's a bad limitation of the App Store, and I'm going to be making a video about all of the negatives of the Mac App Store. And with these huge games like the Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Village and Death Stranding, it's become a real issue. How do we store games? So let's say you've got a 256 gigabyte Mac. It's unrealistic to expect you to have enough storage to be able to have 150 gigabytes free, because you open your Mac from purchasing it. I mean, how are you going to have 150 gigabytes of space if you use it at all? So 256 gigabytes is, as the lowest tier Mac, is just not enough at all. Let me see. Zia says, do you know if Star Citizen will one day be compatible with crossover? I don't think so, because of the AVX CPU requirement, which Apple Silicon and Rosetta 2 does not support at the moment. So I really doubt it, I'm afraid. Oh, Bravo6, thank you very much for the super chat. Wow, $9.99. Thank you very much. Hi, Andrew. I know it's out of topic, but do you know a way around run as normal user problem on crossover on Linux while trying to install a program like Figma? I'm afraid I don't really know much about running crossover through Linux, I'm afraid. So Figma is the graphical application. It's a bit like a Photoshop, right? A bit like it's like a desktop package, right? I'm afraid that problem is a bit outside my realm. Running it as a normal user sounds like a permission issue, like an administrator, like a sudo issue. I'm sorry, I don't know enough about Linux to be able to help answer that question. I'm sure that if you join the Apple Gaming Wiki Discord, that we have a whole Linux channel on the server, so maybe you could ask there. But thank you very much for the support. I'm afraid I can't really help you with that problem, I'm afraid. Yeah, let's look at the other questions I've got. Ogale says, grateful your strike got removed. I'm happy that the strike got removed too, yes. I'm really grateful for everyone who supported the channel. That went all the way to the top of the Autodesk CEO, replied to me and was very apologetic to me on Twitter, on X, and I got through to support through their customer support. And I think without the support of the YouTube channel and the community around me that helped spread the word about the issue that I was facing, then that wouldn't have got solved. Okay, Mako. Question unrelated to this or any other native games. Sorry, if I'm using the latest crossover, is there any benefit to using CX Patcher? Yes, CX Patcher contains the latest versions of Molten VK and DXVK, and so and also contains the latest fixes for various games. So you're going to find some game compatibility is going to be better if you use CX Patcher. It usually benefits crossover the closer the amount of time between the longer the gap between each crossover release. So basically crossover tends to release every few months, and so CX Patcher normally fills in the gap for that. It also introduces various fixes which crossover can't introduce for various licensing reasons. So it's the only way to play Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 7, because of basically issues to do with licensing with GStreamer. So that's like a video codec thing. So that's why CX Patcher is still an essential tool, because it's basically the only way to get those particular games working. Okay, so I haven't played much of this so far, but basically replaying this, and we're running this at 4K resolution, remember? I know you're only seeing 1080p on the stream, and it's a low quality stream because my internet's kind of terrible, but it is running at 4K 60 FPS. You can see in the top right hand corner of the Mac with the metal HUD, you can probably barely make it out. It is 60 hertz, 60 frames per second. I've taken the frame rate limit off, but for whatever reason, it's only running at 60, and it's completely solid. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. Let me play a bit before we move on. Do I have to go through this gap, or I go this way, don't I? Yeah, I go this way. Ugh. How many of you have played Death Stranding before? Let me know in the chat. How do you rate this as a game? It is beautiful. This open world kind of layout. This time, I'm not going to skip any cutscenes. I'm going to watch out for how to play this game properly. Okay, let's answer some chat questions. Do you think Overwatch 2 should come to Mac? Yes, I think it should come to Mac. It certainly runs okay on the Apple Silicon Mac through crossover, through DXVK. Some people still have issues with, when you die, for some reason the game loses focus for your mouse cursor, so you have to Command Tab in and out. And there is some shader compilation stutter, but it runs pretty well. I mean, if you can run on a Nintendo Switch, then why not run it on a Mac too? They should really, optimize it properly for Apple Silicon hardware. Next video idea, best way to play Vision Pro natively with iPad version. I'm not going to get a Vision Pro for quite a long time because we couldn't pre-order it from the UK. And, now that I think about it, it's not really worth the money or the effort to go and get one. I'll probably wait for a consumer version of the Vision to come out in the future. Andrew, due to stream bitrate, we cannot see if the graphics are similar to the ones on PC. Is it good? I think it's excellent. I mean, it looks beautiful to me. I mean, I know it's 4K compressed to 10K, but it's basically max settings. We don't have hardware ray tracing yet. I'm not sure it's ever going to get implemented, but as far as I can see, looks perfect to me. Okay, thanks for answering. Do you think Street Fighter 6 will be playable? Unfortunately, no. Street Fighter 5 does work, but Street Fighter 6, no. I did test out Tekken 8 earlier, and a non-Steam version of that works pretty well. So you can check out my stream earlier in the day. I was playing that 4K 60 FPS at basically high settings. Works pretty well. Do you know how to get Xbox controller to work on God of War for Steam via crossover? I'm having issues with it. Make sure to have your Bluetooth controller paired before you open up crossover. Make sure you look at the wine configuration for controller settings. Often tweaking on off Steam input can help, and also tweaking whether your controller is direct input or X input from the game controller setting on crossover within the bottle. That can help too. So it should work. I've played God of War with the controller before via crossover, so hopefully that'll fix your issue. 4K 60 with metal, yes, 4K 60 with metal effects turned on to quality mode, ultra quality mode that is. Martin, I'll be trying this on the M2 Air tomorrow, 24 gigabytes of RAM. That's a beefy MacBook Air. I'm also going to be testing this on the M2 Air with 8 gigabytes of RAM. Right now you can just about see that we're using about 8 gigabytes, 8.59 gigabytes of memory, which is obviously shared between the system memory and the GPU. So hopefully on low settings on the M2 Air, then it will be under 8 gigabytes and it'll run well. That's my hope. The dream of the Apple Silicon Mac is that everything from the lowly iPhone Pro, all the way to the M3 Ultra, the future M3 Ultra, can run this game and scale. And I played this earlier on the iPhone 15 Pro, and it seems to scale pretty well, so quite impressive. Yeah, so do you think Death Stranding is playable on the M1 chip. Yeah, I think that I will be testing this tomorrow. So I'll be doing a kind of video performance review of every single Apple Silicon Mac running this game that I have. Got an M1, M2, M1 Max, and M3 Max. So those 4 machines, plus the fact that I have an iPad and an iPhone. I have an M1 iPad and an M2 iPad. I'm probably not going to cover those, but basically it goes from the lowest end machine all the way to the highest, and it works well. So Hanley's Tech Venture, thank you for rejoining the stream. Really glad to see you. Come back here. Des, are the Game Center achievements working? Yes, I did get an achievement earlier today. So that's working. I got one on my iPhone as well. 2 awesome AAA native games now, yes. Well, there's more than 2 awesome AAA games. We've got Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Village, No Man's Sky, and several others have come to the Apple Silicon Mac finally. 8 gigabytes of RAM is going to be fun, yeah.
What the hell?
I hope it's not as bad as Baldur's Gate 3,
Cheers.
Act 3 on the 8 gigabyte model
So you have
is
dreams,
not a fun
maybe?
experience.
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
What's your level?
Saskia is running 2K max settings at a stable
can see
60 on my
them,
M1 Max,
No,
32
but I can
gigabytes. Yeah, 2K.
I will too then.
Well, 1080p,
What are you doing?
60 FPS on max
Trying to stay
settings.
dry. Same as you.
To be honest, like 4K is wasted on a screen like this.
Handfuls lit up.
1440p would be fine for me. Even lower resolution. I tend to
My
game at
baby's
1080p on a laptop anyway. I don't really mind having low resolution
Yeah,
because
I've heard of
you're close to the screen, but the screen is not
That
that
right?
big. 4K is
Having
like,
ordered
for me, it's like
purchase.
for a 40-inch screen. That's like the bare minimum for 4K
Land
content, and you don't necessarily want to be that close to it. Yeah. Does FSR 3 mode consume more RAM? I would imagine it consumes less because you're rendering at a lower resolution and you're upscaling. Yeah, if it's generating frames, then it should require less memory. When I was running Elden Ring on FSR with the FSR 3 mod, it was going up to 20 gigabytes of memory. So I'm not sure if that's better or worse, but I was running at max settings as well. It's really impressive how well the FSR 3 the FSR 3 implementation for Elden Ring. I'm really excited to do a video about that. I'm going to do Hogwarts Legacy and Cyberpunk 2077 and model those games working even better on Apple Silicon Macs.
Yeah, I thought the fragile.
I'd have to say that the iPhone and iPad versions, you really do need a controller. I just can't get too used to the touch controls. Yeah, you're right, Martin. The touchscreen controls for the iPhone are ugly as hell. They there's no touch elements on screen, so it really sucks that you have this invisible or this transparent UI that just covers the whole screen. It's kind of unplayable, to be honest.
That's all.
And the fact is that having triggers and controllers and as far as I can tell, the controls require Death Stranding requires a controller or at least a keyboard. So I can't imagine playing this game fully with pure touch controls. Seems kind of crazy. So Dead says hi. Thanks for joining us, Dead Readum. Naked Director, thank you for your tutorial on Switch emulation on Mac. Found your channel literally yesterday. Lol. Thank you very much. I'm really dedicated to try and unlock as much out of Apple Silicon Mac gaming as possible. That includes emulation. I think emulation is such expands the game world so much. The ability for Apple Silicon Macs to basically open up game libraries on all of these different consoles, whether it's retro gaming on the Super Nintendo or current gen games on the Nintendo Switch. And sometimes games are only playable, like new games are only playable through through Nintendo Switch emulation. Like a couple of streams ago, I did one on the Prince of Persia Lost Crown game, which has DRM on the Windows version, so I can't get it to run through crossover. But thanks to Ryujinx, it can run on Apple Silicon Macs through that, and it runs really, really well. This thing's beautiful. So I picked up this stuff. Okay, will you test out game streaming apps once they come to the Mac App Store? I've tested out lots of game streaming apps. They don't need to be on the App Store for game streaming to work. So, Boosteroid works, has a nice app. GeForce Now has a native app, which is basically a native Chrome browser wrapped in an app. My M1 can never run these games good. I will be testing this out. I expect this to run, because if it runs on an iPhone 15 Pro, then it's definitely going to run on an M1 chip with 8 GB of RAM. These games, this engine, the Decima engine, seems to be very scalable. Now, on the iPhone itself, it seemed very, very sketchy in terms of its, you know, how blurry it looks. This looks completely different. I think as a walking simulator puzzle type game, I think I can appreciate this a lot more with these beautiful graphics. David C. Apple knew how to play the cards with gaming this year. One of the most loved and influential game developers and producers, like Kojima, is a very clever movement to call out to more developers to Mac. Yeah, and I've heard that Kojima is a fan of Apple in general. So it's a nice marriage. There's something, this aesthetic is kind of Apple-like as well. I think I'm missing a smart drug. I must have left it at the top of the building. I think we'll be fine. We only need one. There's something like I think the fidelity of the graphics really enhanced the atmosphere of this game, more so than other types of similar games. That's a cool effect, this R1 effect. Trying it now, it is just incredible. Yeah, it's incredible to have a game of this fidelity on Apple Silicon Macs. Am I supposed to be crossing this river? I can see this little icon in the distance. I wonder if I'm supposed to go there first. I think the base M3 could run this at 1440p 60. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure that I could. I can't get up that hill. Am I supposed to go up this hill? I can see this flickering icon in the distance. Let's try getting up here. Can you unlock the FPS? Yeah, I did try to change the graphics. I did unlock, and there's a maximum frame rate of 120, but it's locked to 60 for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, because maybe my capture card is limited to 4K 60, so it could be that it just doesn't want to go higher than 60. I have no idea why it's not going higher than that. I'm supposed to get down and pick up this. Andrew looks happy. I am happy. Thanks, Shanine, for coming back to the stream. You're one of the few people who have returned from my earlier stream, my failed earlier stream, and come back. But thank you very much earlier for coming back and also giving me tips on how to play Elden Ring. I might actually pick up that game, to be honest. I have such a huge backlog of games that I'm not sure I could sink my teeth into something as deep as that. But now I know how to make progress. That was When you don't, when you play a game and you don't get into the feedback loop of something that's enjoyable, and you know how to like progress, how to increase your level, how to gain more, how to make progress in the game, right? That loop of you know, gaining resources and making progress. If you don't get that far, then the game is just not that enjoyable. Elden Ring is kind of hard to figure out.
Cargo verified. Thank you.
The Japanese are generally fans of Mac's highest M1 sales per capita. Really? Where are the stats for that? Type in the name of. I don't think you'll be able to link URLs, but let me know the name of the website where you got that info. Okay. What is the temperature? Yeah, let me show you the temperature. Looking at a nice 87, 85 degrees Celsius. So we're not even thermal throttling. If you feel there's heat, it's hot, but it ain't 100-degree hot yet. Okay, it'll be awesome the day we are used to getting top games and not as excited. Yeah, I mean, this is a top game, but it's old as well. It's not the newest game. Okay, we're gonna make this delivery. Awesome. Smart drugs, eh? Who's just leaving this cargo lying around? Okay.
Cargo.
There'll be also, yeah, maybe it's mathematics. Thanks to you, man. I play GTA Online M1 30 FPS. Glad I could help.
Had to wait out the storm. Lost my bike.
Sounds like you've been through the ringer.
It's a cool hologram effect.
Perfect condition. Well, you did keep us waiting, but everything else seems to be in perfect order, so great work. We'll be awaiting.
I think if you just did a video conference, like a Zoom call, you'd use a lot less bandwidth. It wouldn't be so flickery. Rather than trying to stream a hologram through whatever crappy network they're using. Called likes. Okay, so a lot of stats about what I did. Good. Okay, so I got all the cargo. Okay, good stuff. Let's see if I can, when I go to the graphics settings, maybe I'll turn Metal FX off and see if that makes a difference to the frame rate. Mac Pro tips, the game looks gorgeous. I'm using a DualSense controller with haptic feedback. So I'm using a DualSense controller. I've read online on the Mac Gaming subreddit that the haptic feedback doesn't work. I actually have no idea what haptic feedback is. Does that just mean controller vibration? I've never used this with a PlayStation 5, so I don't really know what that means. I haven't got to a part of the game which requires sensitive trigger use yet, so I wonder if that's going to make a difference. I think 60 FPS is okay for this kind of game. I agree. That earlier Tekken Elden Ring stream was awesome. Thanks, Deus. Glad you enjoyed it.
Igor, Bridges Corpse is
Elden Ring 100-hour game.
Porter, I presume?
I'm not sure anyone would be interested in watching me fail at Elden Ring because I'm terrible at that game. I'm not sure people would really appreciate me playing it that long.
Gotta get a move on.
Mako, have you experienced any throttling so far or using the 16-inch model? I'm using the 16-inch model. I just checked the temperature at about 87 degrees. That would indicate no throttling. We're hitting 60 FPS on higher settings with the Metal FX on Ultra, so can't really see an issue with this right now.
He's got a date with the incinerator.
How long since he flatlined?
We don't know the exact TOD, but I'd say
Is this my
it's been
cargo? It's like a body?
40 hours.
What's going on here?
He wasn't quarantined.
Not sick. This is a suicide.
Oh, Jesus.
We're just lucky we found him at all.
So what's the
I'm
situation in
honest,
this game? Is it like a
who knows
pandemic or
what's going
something?
back, bro?
This is like a game
Where are you
which came out
taking him?
before the pandemic.
Closest incinerators to the north.
So what did he kill himself?
This route's crawling with BTs. Sure you can't use another?
I wish I could, but there's no time.
Norman Reedus' character
Burn the
looks
poor bastard
very
right here.
detailed, very
Like
good.
Hydrillum in the air so close to town? Can't do it.
Better that than trying for the incinerator.
Hey, we can do this. We just need someone like you with dooms.
Dooms, is that like a... What is that? What is Dooms? Psychic powers?
Well, he's already in the first stages of necrosis. If we don't hurry, this place is a crater.
So if you could unlock the frames, you'll
So
probably
how
have
about it?
thermal
Can we count
problems.
on you?
That's true. I loved RE4 and Mac. I hope Capcom brings
And
more
Bridges
games
hereby
over.
enters into a contract with Sam Porter.
I'm not. I hope so too, but I'm not that
Just saying.
optimistic. I mean,
And I can't spot
I don't
BTs.
know how much Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Village sold
That's
on the
why
Mac
we
App
came
Store.
prepared.
I can't imagine it'd be that much, to be honest.
Bridge baby, huh?
If it's helping
Does
you,
that mean that
we'll stay
Capcom will
one
release
step
games on
ahead.
the Mac without Apple intervention? What the hell's that?
Makes me feel like shit every time.
Well, you are plugging into the other side.
What the hell?
Freaks me out,
Oh,
too.
Mac Pro Tips, thank you very much for the super chat. $2, thank you. Thanks for all you do, Andy. I bet Kojima is watching. I really doubt Kojima is watching. I wonder if he's playing this on his Mac right now, maybe. But it's nice to think. I hope people from 505 Games are watching. My own calculation, Mac Mini was near 1 desktop sales and extrapolating total desktop sales. Okay. The more over-encumbered you are, the harder it should be to push the triggers. Haven't felt any trigger feedback yet. I would like to try this on my M1 Mac. As says Dead Readem, are you going to make any videos about it? Yes, I'm going to be doing...
Anybody could go anywhere they damn well pleased.
I'm going to do this video tomorrow, basically. Just going to
We had highways,
benchmark it on all the Macs that I have. M1, M2 base MacBook Airs, M1 Max, and M3 Max.
Hard to imagine it now.
Follow up, do you know what temperature indicates throttling? We're talking 100 degrees. Yeah, basically when it gets to 100 degrees, then
Fucked us
the chip will
beyond all
throttle.
recognition. And if you were lucky enough to
Are you going to do a video
survive
on a recent update to
Typhoon
OpenM?
came
Yes,
and
I've
washed
already
you
recorded
away.
this. I've said this like several times now. I've already recorded it. I'm just editing it at the moment.
Worlds of the living
But,
and the dead all
you know,
mixed together.
it's more exciting covering AAA
And
new
that's when
releases
folks
than it is to
started
look at
pulling up in the cities. Curtis
older
himself
emulators like
got put up
OpenMU.
on a pedestal.
To be honest, there's not really much change with OpenMU. It actually introduced bugs. But it's really exciting to see that OpenMU is getting development done to it after being virtually abandoned for nearly 2 years. And the plan for OpenMU is to get native Apple Silicon versions. In the future, they have to update all of the cores. And it's still, generally speaking, way better just to, you know,
Cut to the BTs.
use native single emulators. Like PP SSPP is excellent. Citra is now excellent. Dolphin, Simu, Regings, they're all great, and you don't necessarily need a front end.
The engine stalled.
I hope they bring Beautiful Joe to Mac.
Right where they want us. Get us out of here.
What else happening here? I'm reading too much chat.
Sam, can you see anything?
God, when did it get so rainy in this game?
No, nothing.
What the hell's happening?
This BB must be busted or something.
What the hell's happening? Why is this thing black? Why is this black stuff coming out of this body? Why can't I look behind me? Whose perspective am I looking at? What is this? Yeah, Viewfield Joe is not coming to Mac. It's a Nintendo game, isn't it? That ain't happening. Dave, I haven't kept up with this. Is this new development to do with crossover? Can I play some games on the M1 Pro? Well, Death Stranding is the latest in AAA native Mac gaming. So this is a game, a bona fide Mac game. It ain't a Windows game running through crossover or translation layer. This is native Apple Silicon Mac, 4K ultra settings, running at 60 FPS. Hasn't dipped once, as far as I can tell. It looks absolutely beautiful. Philo log. Hello, Andrew. Would you say Mac gaming is getting better and better? Should we be concerned about companies like Valve abandoning Mac in their gaming? Valve have already abandoned the Mac. Their first-party games have already abandoned this platform. Steam remains something that's been kept up to date. You know, it made the transition from 32-bit to 64-bit. Ouch. But it's basically over. You're not going to see any new Valve, not like Valve make games anyway, but you're not going to see any new Valve titles on a Mac anytime soon. It's only going to get worse and worse, and it's only a matter of time for something like Dota 2, another extremely popular game like Counter-Strike 2, will just basically get abandoned as well in the future. So I foresee that if there's any major engine restructures for Source 2 for Dota 2, then Valve will probably not keep that up to date. What are these handprints? Are they like physically here? So would I say Mac gaming is better? Well, one thing that's made it worse is the lack of boot camp, so we can't install native Windows anymore, so that, you know, cuts out a huge amount of compatibility, so it's worse in that way. It's better because there is way more, the baseline GPUs are way better than the Intel integrated GPUs of the past. Oh god. So, you know, when you bought a MacBook Air in like 2015, 2014, you had like an Intel HD 4000 or 3000, and that was like 2013, 2012. And basically they're okay, but they weren't capable of AAA gaming. Whereas like a base M1 MacBook Air can play Resident Evil 4 really nicely. This is scary. So it's better in that sense, but game compatibility has taken a huge hit due to the transition from 32-bit to 64-bit chips and the ARM64 chip, which requires Rosetta 2 to translate these all the legacy games. What was that? What is happening? So is it like someone with dooms doesn't, whatever Norman Reedus has, is prevents him from being sucked into the whatever that was? Invisible evil beings? What the hell? What is that? It's a freaky baby. Do we ever get to use a gun in this game? I've never seen gun action in this game. Oof. This is a very cinematic game. I think you'd want to play this on a Mac. I don't see any reason why you want to play this on the phone, because the atmosphere you get from this, you know, I can't imagine this being this blurry, jaggy mess. 30 FPS. You want to be looking at this at a really high res, max settings, on a decent sized screen. What on earth is that? Like a Titan. So normally when they pass 95 degrees, it already starts to slow down. From 98 it breaks until temperature drops. Okay, it's good to know. So many people ask about temperatures. I don't really know the curve that's involved for temperatures. So I think one day I'll have to make a proper video about thermal throttling, especially on the base chips, like the base M1 MacBook Air, because that thing that's quite hot. The whole computer is basically a heatsink. And Kira, the Elden Ring doesn't work, mod doesn't work for me, not sure why. I'll have to make a tutorial video about that based on the work that I've done so far. I'm going to make a new crossover Elden Ring video as soon as crossover 24 gets released. I will make a new one. Is this a dream? Norman Reedus' face looks very realistic. What? What's freaky is that they're handprints, not footprints. See, he doesn't have a belly button. Does that mean he wasn't born in utero? And his chest is covered in handprints. What is Dooms? He's got Dooms, which is some kind of disease, or something. Dead Redem, thanks for all the videos about Mac gaming. Welcome. You are the best. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I do enjoy making Mac gaming videos. I enjoy making tutorials and helping people, you know, showing people the power and how to unlock it, because most of the issues with Apple Silicon Macs are really to do with they're really to do with software. You know, the hardware is capable. The software needs to catch up. You know, software like this game. This is what happens when you have a game that's well optimized and takes advantage of the hardware. Is this a dream? So has he been sucked into the black tar and now we're in a dream world? What's happening? Okay, good afternoon, Andrew says thank you. Do you know if Suicide Squad will run on crossover? I haven't tried it. I haven't heard good things about Suicide Squad, so probably not going to cover it. Wow, it looks great. I started playing it on my Steam Deck and it runs pretty great at high graphics. Good to know. This is native on Mac. Yeah, this is a native Apple Silicon application. The problem to me is that I could get my actual whole remote paired. I used to work on older Mac OS, even on M1. Apparently there is a new, I read about this on the Mac Gaming subreddit, there's a new Bluetooth bar that's been released by the creators of Mayflash, which will work on Apple Silicon Macs. So you might want to use that to get it working on. It's not necessarily a seeming problem, it's like a hardware issue with the version of Bluetooth. Is this the 14 or 16-inch MacBook Pro? Wow. This is the 16-inch. Is Windows 11 ARM64 being actively developed? Yes. Still gets constant updates. You can get rifles, but mostly tasers and non-lethal rounds and guns. Game makes my M3 Max fans go brr. Maxed out everything and smoothed out. Yeah. Your voice is calming. Thank you. It is a gorgeous game. This game has insane cinematic graphics. So why did he pick up that? Yeah, so he was sucked into the like tar or whatever, and had a crazy dream, and now he's picked up the guy's baby satchel thing, covered in black tar as well, whatever that is. Dooms is a condition granting individuals a greater connection to the other side. What is the other side? It's like the upside down? What is that? There's so much detail in this game, like these little streaks that are coming down. How would you see that on a phone?
Bang, which gave
Tiny
rise to
phone.
life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
A great program to download is Max Fan Control. I use something called TG Pro
That will be
it's
our
paid out
last.
for fan control and fan monitoring. That's a good app too. Mac Fans Control also works well. Mac Pro tips: someone should match my tip to Andy I give so Andy can keep making awesome videos for us. If you want to make a super chat, then I will really appreciate it, but don't feel too obligated to do so. Doing memberships as well is great too, because that allows like monthly support and income for me too, so I would really appreciate it too. I've got several members. You get this little green highlight with the blue star next to it, or the star changes color depending on how long you've been a member for, and it's just a simple token way of showing some appreciation, but totally optional.
So, how does it feel to be back in the world of the living?
So I've been captured.
Don't worry.
Is this like an enemy?
Doctor. Well, a coroner, originally.
Dead Readum, I can't run games through crossover. Every time I play a game, it shows I don't have enough memory. Even if I close all apps I'm using, it just doesn't work.
Call me dead.
Dead, do you have anything else running in the
well acquainted
background?
with
If you
dead.
go through Activity
Not
Monitor,
like
you
of
can
course. Contrary to the name,
you can sort by memory usage. Wonder if any, do you have like 8 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes?
I would advise against that. I'm no expert, but I can assure
Must be
you,
the upside
for your
down
own
since they walk on their
protection.
hands. Yeah, that's
See?
right. Light, what settings are you running the game at? How do the graphics look on your end? 4K max settings with Metal FX set to Ultra. So pretty much the highest you can get it.
Us?
Who's this guy? Is this guy famous?
Oh, us.
Yup. Bridges. Humanity's best hope for the future. Or
Okay.
avoiding extinction. if
Thank you,
prefer.
Mac Pro Tips, for joining, becoming a member of my channel. Really appreciate
Watch
it.
me. Try pressing it
Being a member,
against your
like I
skin,
said earlier, it means
like this.
being able to support the channel on a monthly basis, and it allows me to have the stability of the income, and you get a cool highlight next to your name with a little blue star, and that star changes color the longer you're a member for.
We'll
So
watch over
thank you very much for
24
joining.
hours a day. That is to say, we will.
What are your opinions on Menu Bar Stats, the app for checking computer stats?
2 days.
I haven't tried that one.
During that
There's another
time,
free one called
we took the
Stats,
liberty of
which is good too.
fluid samples from you.
If there's any big advantage over that, then let me know
You're a
in the chat.
repatriate. That makes you very special.
Raphael, what do you mean by metal lacking behind direct text and Vulkan? Benchmark shows the same
Central
low
Knob was
level
obliterated
performance.
in
Metal
the
seems to be
annihilation.
fine. It just seems to
Game
lack
over,
some
man.
performance
Place is a crater.
when it comes to when it's translated
The
anyway.
only ones to get
Some
continuity
apparently some
were
features
you,
are
for obvious
are
reasons,
missing
and your broken
like,
bridge, baby.
Is it all right?
and have to be mapped over like geometry shaders or something.
It's been
That's what I've
marked
heard.
at
I'm not a
disposal.
graphics expert, I'm afraid.
Didn't work anymore. Why keep it?
Game looks amazing
Lost
on Mac.
everyone.
Guillermo del Toro. Is this
Not
what he looks like in real
Corpse
life?
disposal. My team, HQ, all of Redford, every soul in Central Knot City.
I thought Guillermo del Toro looked like the guy from The Last Jedi. He was like
We're at our base.
the
in
guy who
capital Knot
portrays
City now. Or should I say, our new headquarters.
portrays them on the casino planet.
Sudbury
He looked a lot skinnier
A
there.
logical choice. But our implementation team has been decimated. And there's only so much they can do in 2 days.
These army men look so realistic. Obviously, it's easy to make objects look realistic.
Fortunately, the director and his support team were out of town at the time, so the chain of command remains intact.
Stiff Peaks, really appreciate all the tips. I really appreciate you coming in and watching the stream. Thank you very much for joining us. It looks like Metal 3 already matched most DirectX features.
This stencil
I can't imagine, you know,
is for
Apple
when you
creating
infatuated?
a low-level graphics API and not matching virtually all of
What's the other
their
mark from?
competitors'
Clingy woman in the cave.
features.
I see. Aphanphosmphobia.
I wonder how the game compares to PC and PS5 versions. Did they cut anything visually or completely intact?
I'll try to be
I don't know.
more careful, Sam.
What do people think? It looks pretty
The
good to
job is
me.
an urgent delivery. I need you
The main
to
thing I
bring
like
the
is ray
president
tracing,
some
right?
morphine.
We don't have any proper software support for
America's gone.
M3 Mac ray tracing yet.
You talking about the mayor of Central Knot?
No, not the mayor. America lives on, Sam. The president is in the final stages of cancer, in critical condition, but there's still time.
The president.
Why me?
Look, Sam. Do as I ask, and I promise it will all make sense.
Why don't you do it?
I'm thinking of Benicio del Toro. Yeah. Sorry, I got confused.
Because I'm not
Guillermo.
really here. Apologies.
Guillermo's the director,
This
right?
is just a chiral grant.
Thank you very much, Deadreading, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Keep making these videos hot. Thank you.
I'm actually over in the isolation ward in the big triangle
celebrate.
building. Here is the morphine. Bridges hereby enters into a contract with
Thanks for
Sam
joining
Porter.
us today, Deadreading.
You got morphine there. What's this about? Tell me the truth.
The truth, Sam, is that America's last president wants to see you in person. Are you really about to say no?
So is Guillermo del Toro the director? Is the director of Pan's Labyrinth? Or is that a different guy? Am I thinking about something different? Does Crossover have any plans to incorporate EA anti-cheat for games like EAFC Madden? I don't think Crossover has the pull to be able to get companies to apply,
Very good.
you know, anti-cheat
I'll
exceptions
see you
for,
in the
you know,
isolation ward.
a few hundred players at the most, a few thousand maybe. Did it just disappear? The popularization of PBR materials is what really helps many games look more real. What's PBR? What are PBR materials?
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Okay, so the characters. I thought the character's rank was Porter,
Sam Porter Bridges.
but he's actually called
Request
Porter
transport of
Bridges.
morphine to isolation ward for immediate administration to the president.
So it's literally a porter. And Bridges.
Access to delivery terminal denied.
So it's literally called a porter. It's like an FPS game calling the main character like
Have a pleasant journey.
shooter or something. Soldier.
Check the map
Codec,
on
just
the
like Metal Gear
complex if you're
Solid.
lost, Sam. The isolation word should be pretty obvious.
Isolation
If you're
mode,
not sure
okay.
how to get there, you can set markers and draw. Try it out, and you'll see what I mean.
Okay, so I've got to open cufflinks to view map. How do I open cufflinks? Okay, so the map is a start. So how do I... So I've got President's morphine in my bag. Obviously, if I... So obviously, this morphine is like tainted or something, and the President's gonna die. That's my guess. Let's see. So I want to plot a mark for me. Move. I'm just gonna go. This game's gorgeous. Okay, let's try turning off metal effects. Okay, let's go to graphics. So basically, I've got the graphics setting on to max, very high, very high. So basically, everything's on high. But if I turn metal effects off, you have to go down to confirm.
Sam, if you want to confirm you're headed the right way,
Still a solid
check your
60.
compass. It'll never
So
refuse
maybe
to
I don't
go.
need metal effects at all, because
Provided you have a
metal effects
destination.
is a form of upscaling, right? It's my first super chat, by the way. I just like your work a lot as a Mac user. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for your very first super chat and also being a member as well. Thank you. Gfish, are you using a PS5 controller for the haptic triggers? I am using a PS5 controller. I don't feel haptic trigger feedback. So apparently this is not a thing necessarily. I'm Spanish and I love that movie. Direction and actor both. So you're talking about Pan's Labyrinth, right? That's a good film. Saw that at cinema many years ago. Will we ever see Call of Duty on Mac again? I really doubt that because Call of Duty Mobile, one of the most popular first-person shooters in the
Central
world,
wasn't just home to Bridges HQ. It was
is
also
on the
seat
Apple
of
Silicon Mac.
Reconstructionist movement.
It can be
President
sideloaded,
had
of course,
required special treatment.
but you'll get booted
Would have
due
never
to
been.
anti-cheat.
And if she had
And there's basically a native Mac iOS version, but it only works on iPhones and iPads, just because of the anti-cheat situation. So it's fully capable of working on a Mac, but Activision just doesn't want it to work on a Mac. All they need to do is add controller support, keyboard and mouse support, and it would work. But they just choose not to, even though it's like basically done. So unfortunately, that's the closest we're ever going to get. Every other version of, the Call of Duty, Warzone, etc., probably never come to the Mac, I'm afraid. Not unless something drastic changes. He's a space persona hologram. They will explain to you later. Don't worry. Okay, don't spoil the game for me. This is new to me. Okay. PBR is physically based rendering. Simulates how interacts with materials. Light interacts with materials. What I find in a lot of games is that they kind of overdo it a bit with the reflections. So when I had Guillermo del Toro's jacket, it was like a bit too shiny. Everything they try and impress us with the shiny graphics. It can be a little bit too much.
No chance of a recovery then?
None that I can
Okay.
see. No.
We should start making preparations.
I'm really curious how it's running on the M1 Max.
me,
I will test this on the
Deadman.
M1 Max. Yeah, so his coat is too shiny.
Sorry, my mistake.
His jacket is slightly too shiny. It's slightly too much. Norman Reedus' outfit looks correct.
I'm afraid
is
the
like it's made of
president's
rubber or
condition
something.
has deteriorated. Thank you. This will help to ease the pain. and allow her to speak with you in these final moments.
Her?
The first and last female president of the United States. Surely you remember her. She raised you. You're not exactly dressed for a reunion. Take that off before you come inside.
Metal Effects looks much better than FSR. Well, what I've heard is that Metal Effects is actually based on FSR, because FSR is like is an open source piece of software. So probably a lot is taken from FSR, and FSR 3, with frame generation, is probably going to come to Metal Effects in the future. FSR 2.1 and FSR 1.0 are very different. Yeah, but what is the difference though?
Die Hard Man?
The highest end 3999 40-core GPU M3 Max. Yeah, this is the one. The expensive one. Oops, just now with Metal Effects has more frame drops, right?
What's it been, Sam? 10 years?
What the hell's this guy's face?
A bunch of death.
Yeah, so this is running without Metal Effects.
Yeah, well,
we're getting about 50
you two.
FPS.
President's waiting.
50 to 60 FPS. So I wonder what's gone wrong here.
It's your mother, Bridget. She's a bit out of it, but I know she'll recognize you.
Is her name? Isn't this guy's name Sam Porter Bridges? So is her mother's name Bridget Bridges?
Madam President, we've brought Sam.
Just downloaded from the App Store. It's damn slow. I wonder what occurs if most people played any games on Samsung G9 monitor. I managed to run straight and still for M1 Max. I was shocked. Yeah, G9 should be fine. When I run RA4 through an ultra wide monitor, that's 3440 by 1440p. That works pretty much perfectly. You know, cutscenes are still in 16:9, but the rest was working 21:9. Maybe I should give this a go and see if this runs on a 21:9 monitor.
Sam, I knew you'd come back.
I wonder what famous actress they've got for Sam's mother.
Are you doing all right?
So Norman Reedus' character's mother is the president? Who is this? She looks familiar.
Yeah, I know you.
Lindsay Wagner. Very realistic skin. The wrinkles are very realistic. The eyelashes are super realistic.
You remember Amelie went west. Took her 3 years to cross.
Her eyelashes look like they've been curled or something.
Still going on about that, huh?
You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out.
Any issues with material comes down to the artists themselves, not PBR.
Help
Yeah.
Amelie. She needs you.
It's an artistic decision to have shiny clothes.
Together, you can help us reconnect. You can make America whole. Sam,
Make
if we don't
America
come
whole
together
again.
again, humanity will not survive.
We don't need a country. Not anymore.
We do. Alone, we have no future.
No, America's finished. Bridget, you're the president of jack shit.
Sam, listen to me.
It's a bit over the top. Oh God.
So you are willing to help me?
No,
What does that mean? The wristband. FSR 1 was a basic spatial upscale and not much else. FSR 2 and 2.1 are temporal style upscales, more similar to stuff like Unreal TSR. 2.0 and 2.1 are temporal, stuff from ghosting. As long as the user interface doesn't ghost, then it's pretty good.
Madam President.
What is FSR 2.2? Because that gets used in Tekken 8. Is she dead?
Doctor, we need your help.
All hands on deck here. Season B fifth. Give me 150 cc's. She's not responding.
Stay with me.
Great.
This is dropping.
Hold on.
This is like a quite an emotional kind of scene for the first hour anyway of a game. Well, I've been playing a long time and there's not been that much gameplay so far.
I'm a death.
We've done one delivery, well then 2 deliveries. Not much actual game puzzle. So I've established that Norman Reedus is the president's son. And that people keep glitching in and out. So is she dying and then moved to the upside? Or is this all a hologram? What is this? What is happening? What is happening in this game? So chat, have anyone actually played this game? How do you feel about the actual content? Have anyone completed it? What do they think of it without spoiling too much of the game?
Listen, no one can.
And how long is this game? I mean, how long would be playing this?
Word gets out. Bridges is finished. Now, what happened here does not leave this room. Do you understand?
Yes, Director. But there's still the matter of the body. Without corpse disposal.
Tim Covers, this is making me want to play this game. It looks incredible. It does look pretty good. I'm also glad that this is not full price, because I remember when this was listed on the Mac App Store, it was like $40, which for, technically an older game was way too much. So $19.99 is a pretty good deal.
Before she died, the president made a contract with you.
What are you talking about?
As a member of
I haven't played it. I know
gonna
it's
work with the
cutscene heavy
president
like all
to
Hideo
rebuild
Kojima
America.
You
games.
think you can recruit me? Like she tried to?
Well, she succeeded. Look at your wrist. If that's not symbolic, I don't know what is.
Director, the cancer spread throughout her entire body. Harvesting organs is out of the question, and there is no need for an autopsy. Her body needs to be cremated before she necrotizes.
And if we don't, this place will turn into another crater.
What do you
Like
want me to
zombies
do?
or something. What is this?
We don't have any porters right now. And the CD team you went into the field with are dead. But the president's body has to be burned.
The road from Capital Knot City to the incinerator was compromised in the Void Out.
Void Out.
The only way there is on foot, through the mountains.
Dead Freedom. Yes, this
But the
game has
viral
too many
density there is off the
cutscenes.
chart. It's gotta be BT's.
This job has requirements. Tombs. Repatriate.
So me.
I beat this game on PS4 and PC. It's one of my favorite Hideo games of all time.
You're already on the clock.
Now get it done, Sam.
Is there much replay value, Rando? Is it just, is it just kind of reliving this game experience again? Or is there actual different replay value, or you just, what do you get out of it for playing it a second time or a third time? And will you buy it again on Mac? That's the question, really. It's mostly the UI getting destroyed that sucks with FSR 2 and 3 that ruins it for me, yeah. The user interface ghosting that I've seen in Cyberpunk 2077 does not look very
Can I have a
appealing.
moment? President Strand believed.
A lot
in
of Steam reviews
American
are saying the game
Reconstructionism.
starts
She
getting really
worked
good after the
tirelessly
first 20
to
hours. I
bring
think it's a
the
very
nation
long game.
together again. And without
It
her,
does feel very
there would be
atmospheric
no
so far.
bridges. She deserves a funeral with full honors. But we can't give her that. She dies.
I'm tempted to buy it now, says Leon, so I can finish
Without
the game
her,
now.
Bridges will cease to be.
Listen,
It looks interesting.
her cremation must be carried out with the utmost secrecy.
Why can't we just
Even
cremate
if
her
we pull
here?
it off, what then? Who's gonna take her place? Face it, America's history.
Sam, America isn't dead yet.
He just said that it dies if Bridget dies.
She may be lost to us, but we still have an America worthy of the presidency.
Sorry, what?
Let's not get into it now. What
I bought it
matters
on
is
Max.
that we're
So
going
Randy,
to
you've got it on
finish
3
your mother's
platforms
work
now.
and
Are you going to play it
rebuild
all the way
America
through
as
again?
she intended. That's the reason Bridges exists. So take the first
FSR
step,
should
Sam,
exclude the UI
and
from
deliver
upscaling
the
algorithm if
body
implemented
to the
correctly, just like
incinerator.
DLSS and XeSS. I've seen some early FSR3 frame generation messes with UI.
Not survive.
Well, whoever made the FSR3 mod for Elden Ring, which I tried out earlier today, works really damn well. That thing took it from 40 FPS to an easy 60 on even higher graphic settings than I was running before. Ran beautifully. And there were no issues with the UI. So that mod implemented it really well. I feel like he is such a beta in
Facilities
this,
to
in
the
this game.
southwest. Remember that you'll be passing through BT territory.
Non-Readus is quite passive in this. He's just being told by loads of people what to do.
The smoke wouldn't reach the city. It won't be easy
Chiral matter.
carrying a body up there.
So now Non-Readus has to carry his mother's body up a mountain or something before it turns into a crater. Okay.
We'll be monitoring you around the clock. If
I'm
anything
getting a
comes
pretty
up,
solid
we'll offer you
60.
support via the cufflinks.
It's like 58 at the moment. If you can zoom in on the top right hand side of the screen, you can see the frame rate count there. I'm running in 4K, which is why it's really hard to see what the frame rate counter is, but if it's white like it is now, that number in the top right hand side, if it's white, then it's basically solid 60. So right now I'm running it.
Getting to the incinerator will be anything but easy.
We'll just look at the map, the
Move
graphics
around and
setting.
change the angle of your map to gain a better understanding of the terrain. See if for this order, we've provided you with a number of suggested routes as well.
Okay, I can go multiple routes.
Ultimately,
Okay, good. So if I look at the graphics settings, if I put it back to very high, Metal FX Core Ultra. I'll put Metal FX on so I can get that solid 60 all the time. Because at the moment it's, you know, sometimes. It's a good place to save as well. Because I can use this to benchmark a bit later in the game.
Sam, this is Die Hartman. Dead men explained how to use the cuffs, right? Use them to check the location of the incinerator.
Open cuffs links to view map. What's cuffs? Cuffs is the 3 buttons, okay. So cuffs is the map. So there's 3 routes to go here. Difficulty 2, difficulty 1. Let's go the hard route. So basically I'm gonna go here first, right?
Sam, I don't think I need to remind you, but every minute counts when transporting corpses for disposal. 48 hours following cardiac arrest, they go necro and become a fresh BT to make our lives hell.
I can feel some of this trigger of resistance. I've never felt this before in a game because I don't own a PS5, so I have a DualSense controller, I can feel this heavy resistance on the trigger, which is cool. Okay, so where do I have to go? I go here first. Hello, Docky. Welcome to the stream. Is this a good game? I don't know yet. I'm having fun so far, but here's a Hideo Kojima cinematic heavy game. And, you know, I've played this game for an hour and 20 minutes so far, and it's very much cinematic, 90% cinematic so far. So this is the first time I had control of the character for like half an hour, I think. It's definitely one of the games of all time. Yeah.
People held on to their hope that America would rise again because they believed in her.
Still use an old Apple CRT myself as crest of honor. What the hell do you use it for? I've seen some people use the CRTs to make like fish bowls. Got the computer out of it. Make a fish bowl. Okay, am I going the right way? Yeah, let's go this way. A head dangling is just gross. This whole thing is gross. I mean, isn't there a more efficient way to transport a body? Like, couldn't we just put her in a box and then like... There's something terrible about having to carry your own mother's body. Am I supposed to go in here? No, I'm supposed to go this way, so I'm supposed to go... So am I right in thinking this game is like a really long QTE? So I have to do quick time events. I have to do QTEs the whole time, so I have to keep watching out for my mother falling off my back. I don't understand how to use these markers properly because I'm trying to like press. I'm holding down square and I'm putting that there, but it's not marking it on the map correctly. I'm not sure I'm doing wrong. Tip: hold L2 and R2 always. Okay, yeah, maybe that's what I'm gonna do. I'm holding it down. Bluetooth, Spider-Man and a few other PC releases support adaptive triggers. Okay, this is my first experience of adaptive triggers because I never really played any games which do this. When carrying weight, always hold the L2 and R2. Okay, I'm gonna hold these down. Think it can be playable on M2? Yes. If it can play on an iPhone 15 Pro, it can play on an M2. I will make a video tomorrow. You have to drag the pinpoint to make a mark on the map. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's better. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. This landscape looks gorgeous. I mean, yeah. Now, okay, I cannot imagine doing this on a touchscreen on a phone. Like, you have to press L2 and R2 the whole time. That means that your grubby fingers are just covering up the entire screen the entire time you're playing the game. Okay. Minimum on PC is a GTX 1050 and that's slower than the M2 GPU. You only have to hold it when turning on rough terrain and depending on weight. But if I let go... Yeah, I don't need to do it right now. It's only when I'm turning. Okay.
Your body is away with me. But I'm
So my triggers are free at the moment. It's only when I'm turning a bit, so I just turn slightly and it's what's falling off. I like this FOV. There's like a long view.
I know your voice, I know your face. This is something I cannot replace. Gave me hope and gave me doubt. Well, I loved you then, but I don't.
Very cool. Jim, hello, missed the stream partially because I was out playing pool with friends, but nice to see the game works well on macOS. It's like hiking, isn't it? It's beautiful. People that play touch controls are of different breed. If you shell out $20 on a game, you can get a controller. I would not play this with touch controls. It's terrible. From trying to play Resident Evil 4 with touch controls, that's awful. Okay, there's a tiny bridge here. Kind of like it. Okay, got through that. So let's have a look. So I've got waterfall or mountain route. I don't have ladders and ropes. I need ladders and ropes. Okay, maybe we should have gone the easy route because I don't have a rope. Maybe this will tutorialize me to do a. Maybe I'll go the waterfall route.
Yes, you're a part of me, and I'm a part of you. Yes, you're a part of me, and I'm a part of you.
I don't really understand this marker system. Remove marker.
Yes, you're a part of me, and I'm a part of you.
A lot of original music in this. I hope this doesn't get me copyright striked. Because the music is the worst thing for getting copyright striked as a streamer. I've had to mute sections of the stream for that. The only soundtrack I listen to seems pretty good so far. It's quite chill. Mako, I have to leave. Thanks for answering my questions. Have a good stream. Thanks very much for joining us on the stream. I'm glad I could answer your questions. Mac Pro tips: people are going to hurt using touch controls. I think you know, like when the PSP released, and then you know, people developed this technique of holding the analog nubbin. They called it the claw. I think I get the claw on my touchscreen. Touchscreen Death Stranding. All the music is copyrighted by Sony and you will get a strike. Okay, let me look this up. Let's give it a tiny mini break. Okay, what I'm gonna do to prevent this Oh yeah, I remember looking at this earlier. There is no copyright. There is no music volume button, which is very annoying. Well, if I get striked, I get striked. When I get striked, I'll just get demonetized for the stream or whatever. So I'm supposed to go across here, am I? So okay, can we go over here? Docky, I guess this will work pretty well on the M1 Max. I think so. I will test this tomorrow. How's the uncapped frame rate? For some reason this is capping at 60 frames per second. That's probably because this is the display resolution of the capture card that I'm using. That has a 60 Hz cap for 4K. I can't seem to get it to run harder than this. So running with Apple Metal Effects Run on Ultra mode, it's covering between 58 and 60 FPS. So pretty much capped. Oh, there goes the audio. Yeah, I think there's a streamer mode. Is there streamer mode? I don't think so. I just looked it up. Show you my graphics settings again. So it's basically on Ultra 4K settings. Is there a streamer mode? Let me just look this up. Death Stranding doesn't have separate volume controls. I mean, I've looked it up online. If anyone can figure out a way to make my stream a bit more safe, let me know. Thanks, Mac Pro Tips, for reporting me directly to Kojima. I'm sure I'm gonna get swatted anytime soon. Finding ropes and other helpful items more easily. Terrain scanner. So there's a ladder there, which I can see. The sound effects are really good. It feels mossy or whatever it is. Is that real rope? Grab rope. That does not seem realistic. Like, did he just climb a rope with a... Would that really work?
Just a bit further now.
Okay, let's try and climb this hill. I heard there's a streamer mode, but I guess we were both wrong. Yeah. There should be a streamer mode. I hope I don't get struck too badly on this. Otherwise, if you're watching this in the future, if there are muted parts of the stream, it's because I've had to mute it after the stream went up. Okay. Okay. Where do we go now? So obviously I can't go that way. So I need to go down here and then left and then right. Then we go down and then up. So can I cross this raging river? Is this What am I supposed to do? Let's have a look. So what am I supposed to do in this situation? Am I supposed to go on this really steep bit? Could I cross on that yellow bit? Feels dangerous. Follow the perforated line. I mean, it says here to go down the river. Should I go down the river this way? Or should I backtrack up and go up this ladder thing? Because I feel like this... If this was real life, I'm not sure I could make it this way, because this feels like wrong. Oh, this looks dangerous. Go back and take the middle path. Okay, good idea. If I can make it without dying... Oh, I can move a lot faster if I don't hold. But then that happens. So I should go back to this ladder here. So I already climbed this ladder though. Kind of just pick up. You should be able to pick up a ladder and then move it, right? It's not that kind of flexible open world game. Whoa! There's a lot of momentum here. Okay, I need to go all the way back, I suppose. The haptics are quite an interesting feature. Because it really does feel like there's resistance. Okay, which way should I go? Okay, let's try this way. Don't spoil anything. I don't mind being told what to do next, okay? If it means that I don't have to waste too much time. You don't have to explain the plot twist. Please don't explain the plot twist, but in terms of like what I'm supposed to go next, I don't mind you telling me where I'm supposed to go. Like that route that I just went on, I'm pretty sure that was never going to work. Even though it showed me as an option. Docky says, I guess this is the ultimate walking simulator. Yeah, this is the most walking simulator I've ever had. I mean, have you ever played a game called Dear Esther? That's a walking simulator, but this is like simulating walking, if you know what I mean. You can deploy your own ladders eventually, yeah. Oof. These ladders are like titanium. They're not. They don't have any give or anything. Whoa! I was just trying to look. I was trying to look around me. Should have done that. Whoops. You should not, don't be distracted by the beautiful scenery when you're trying to cross the tiniest ladder you've ever seen. Oh, this guy needs to take a break. God, how on earth are we supposed to do this? Feels almost impossible, this thing. Oh, there's a rope here. You should be able to, like, grappling hook your own rope. Maybe that'll come later. Is that the way I'm supposed to go? It seems a bit impossible. I think maybe go on the right might be easier. If this was real life. Oh yeah, here we are. Uber Eats. If Uber Eats meant carrying your dead mother to a base, not city. Are you playing through crossovers, says Ricardo? Nope, this is native Mac gaming. Okay, Dead Reading. Bye, Andy, and chat. Good night. Have a great stream. Thank you very much for joining me on the stream. And good night. Hello, I'm glad I am able to catch the stream even if late. I'm glad you could come again, Actual. This time I'm playing the game rather than just waiting for it to download. So thank you for joining me this evening. You're one of the people. You get an achievement for joining my second stream of the day. Okay, give me a hint. I can save the game if I press save. Save. Good stuff. Okay, finally got into a base. My fingers are sore from holding down the entire time. I'm gonna switch fingers. Switch to middle finger instead. I can't download it yet till I beat RE4 on my 256GB. Yeah. You can move Resident Evil 4 onto an external drive and move it back later if you wanted to. You just need enough free space to actually download the game and unpack the game in the first place. Okay, let's do it. Cremate. Eagle says, perhaps it's a walking simulator, but it's like a walking simulator on steroids. You're not just strolling around, you're practically a human gyroscope. Yeah. Uruguay here. Thanks for all the great things you do in the Mac community. I'm grateful. Thank you very much, Gaston, for joining. Yo, rock face plant. The iPhone was very good. Okay, not that bad, Apple. iPhone version is impressive. It's seriously impressive that that quality level of game can work on an iPhone, but to actually play it on an iPhone with touch controls is not a good thing. Play it with a controller at the very least. At the very, very least. They put out a part 1 video on how Mac hardware can compete with x86 machines in gaming. They don't have an M3 Max in the lineup. What are you talking about?
Chiralium density in the area
Let me put us back to. I've got it on top chat. I should put it on all chat.
Get back here, now.
Sam, burn the other cargo while you're
The MAC address video is just raw numbers, not a good review. Is that a new video that's come out recently? Does the controller fully work with this game without needing PS5? Yep. If you buy a DualSense controller like I have, I don't own a PS5. Works pretty well. Haptic feedback works on the triggers too.
It was hooked up to you when we found you in the crater.
But why is it here?
Because it's flagged for disposal. Central Knot's gone, and our headquarters along with it. Because that thing didn't do its job. It's all in Igor's logs.
What is this doing? Why is this?
But it's still alive.
It can't be repaired, and it can't survive outside the pod. Pity it if you want, but the decision has been made. It has to go. The director
wow.
approved the order.
Incinerate the baby. Did the latest MAC address video just come out? This game is seriously atmospheric. I'm very impressed. Just finished downloading on iPhone. Let's see how it goes. I think the iPhone version actually downloads way faster than the Mac App Store version because the iPhone, you just download a base launcher and then you keep the app open and then it downloads data from somewhere else. And I think that somewhere else is a content delivery network or CDN that is not controlled by Apple. It's probably 505 Games, the publisher's servers. And that's why it downloads way faster than the Mac. I think it came out yesterday or the day before, MAC address. MAC address make good videos, but I'm not sure I trust them that much for gaming.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Must be from the bodies we couldn't get up to the incinerator in time. Comes with the territory, I'm afraid.
Can you sit out the rain?
No. They're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things
Scary
hits you,
game.
it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
Part 1 of a multi-part video. Okay. What's the conclusion of the video? Does it just say like Max can compete? It's interesting they would. I wonder if they got early access for these access to Death Stranding. Oh, is that Mads Mikkelsen? Better get myself ready for some horror scenes. Shit is about to go down anytime.
Maybe you are defective.
Oh god.
That's it. Do your thing.
What's going on? Apart from just selecting hardware. To be honest, I don't really know what the equivalent hardware is for, you know, an M3 Max. I think my audio is going wonky. You mean my microphone or the game audio? Dropping. You mean my microphone is dropping?
We're sending you some suggested routes back to the city. Pick one or don't. Just get the hell out of there.
Am I supposed to go out this way? It is a bit newborn baby in a pod scenario. It is a bit weird. Am I supposed to go back? I can just go back the way I came, right? hold. Okay, holding my breath. Okay, I shouldn't have walked right into these baddies. Oh my god. Oh god, did I just... Okay, I take it I shouldn't have done that, right? Oh my god, what the hell? Why is everything like this? Oh my god, what is happening? What? What the hell? I take it I shouldn't have gone... I'm playing on normal difficulty. I take it I shouldn't have done this, right? Have I just cocked it up? What happened? Was I not supposed to go through the ghosts? I thought I was trying to like... sneak past them or underneath them or something, but clearly that's not the right way of doing this. Ah! Okay, I missed the rope.
Of course. There's no luck.
I can't believe I survived that. What was that about? Why is my baby crying?
Seriously?
I need a drink after that. Oh my god. How do you clear off the tar? Do I have to clear it off by going in the water? How do I comfort the baby? Can I wash the tar off? That tar thing was really freaky. Like, I had no idea this landscape could change that much. Can I go in here and wash it off? You press F to comfort the baby. What's the Is there a button for baby soothing? I can try the motion sensor function. How do I comfort the baby? What's a quick menu? What's the quick menu? Save. What's G? Check on the BB. Soothe. This is the opposite of what they teach in parenting class. You're not supposed to shake the baby. Oh, I can do this. This works. Okay, I've had 2 children, and this is not how you this is not how you see the baby. This will get your baby placed in Child Protective Services if you did this. Gently. I'm trying to do it gentle, but it seems to be doing it very. Okay, I think that's the maximum I can soothe this baby. Doesn't want to be soothed any. Is that the max? I don't know. Can I soothe it again? It's all good. All good. That's enough. You have to do it slowly and gently. I thought that's what I did. What will I do?
That's right, just sleep.
Oh, okay, slowly and gently. Oh, that's working. This is the first motion controlled.
That's okay. That's alright.
That's working now, you see? If I did this, that's not working. This is working. 60 FPS. If you look at the top right hand side of the screen, the FPS number is the 3rd line down, and if it's solid white, it means it's 60. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. This is my 3rd child, yeah. God. Well, this game is way easier if you're not holding cargo. Why don't I just run to the other place? Easy. Easy peasy. This game's easy. Look, you just didn't even have to. Okay, let's check the temperature. The top temperature I can see there is about 94 degrees. So, pretty good. So in terms of graphics settings, if I relook at our settings again, whoops. Forgot whether we're running Metal FX or not. Metal FX is off. So 4K 60 FPS max settings. 55 to 60 FPS, depending. If we turn on Metal FX, it'll be solid 60 the entire time, pretty much. iOS not version having any graphics settings sucks, especially motion blur depth of field. Yeah, I wish I could turn those off, to be honest. Yeah, definitely Celsius. This guy's running a lot. This is like a lot of calories. Like, if I was running like this in real life with all this gear from like that nightmare scenario, this is a lot of energy. There's a hell of a lot of work running to the other side of this island. What's this place? It's like from one base to the other. Ah! You fool!
Get it together.
Got an achievement. I can't read it because it's in 4K, but I have an achievement. Rock my baby. Okay, good. Good. Okay, with that. Okay. You're watching your body and running on perpetual energy source. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of running lately, and doing like a 5K run is like exhausting, and this normal readers has just done like way like a 10K marathon, you know, and I had to fight off black tar and carry a whole other body, incinerate his mother. God. Mac Pro tips. M1 Pro runs it very well, and so does M2 with 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Check the location on your compass.
It's exactly as I'd expect. I wouldn't have expected it any other way. Like I said, if the iPhone 15 Pro can run it, then I'm sure the M1 can do it too. What settings were you testing at Mac Pro Tips? And Igor, what were you running on the M1 Pro? What resolution and graphics settings? Metal FX turned on or off?
Hooks up to a BB. Your feelings and memories cause feedback, like with the speaker. It amplifies fears and stress and runs the risk of taking you to a place from which you will not return. I'm sorry, but this BB has been pushed beyond its limits.
This BB has been pushed beyond its limits. It must be disposed.
Cleaned up and come to the president's office. We need to talk.
That's awful. DS is now available for macOS. It is available for macOS. It might be a bit tricky to download though. I mean, I tried to stream this game earlier and I couldn't download the damn game properly. BB. BB. That's Mads Mikkelsen. It's really. What?
I'll always be with you. See the sunset. The day
I played on the M1 Pro with 32 gigabytes RAM. It worked perfect. DS is now available. Yep. I'm assuming my M3 Pro base model should be fine. I think it will be fine as long as you have enough RAM. I always say 16 gigabytes is probably a requirement these days. The real game is Assassin's Creed Mirage. That's the next one. That's the last one that got announced at the last WWDC. And you know, next one's just around the corner, just another 5 months. Till we get another WWDC. Maybe we're going to get a whole host of other games that are going to come out. Who knows? I don't feel like I did an S for that run. Because I triggered those ghost things and that was a bad time. That was a bad time. Okay. That was not that good. I'm playing on the M1 Pro base model 16-inch. It runs well. Getting Hannibal vibes here.
Sam,
I think Mads in
Doors and
Hannibal was
BBs were a
excellent.
dangerous combination. Huh, perhaps a shower is in order. You're still covered in chiralium. Don't want the president to see you like that.
The hell you talking about? She's dead.
You're upset. Is this about BB-28?
Go fuck yourself. I'm not your errand boy.
Well, in any event, it seems it owes you its life.
No, we owe the kid our lives. You too.
As you say, I shall look after it.
But the
Give my
president's
regards
dead.
to the president.
Why is he saying the president's alive? Why is he not wearing the red jacket? Why is he in a suit now? We haven't been away for that. We've only been away for now. I'm gonna have some dinner. Hope you have a fun time, Andrew. Thanks, it's Nandy. Appreciate you coming to the stream. Eagle says I was played it in 1440p high settings or some equivalent because my menu was in Polish. It's a universal app, will run better on M-based iPads and not Macs, not the
It's
iPhones.
almost time to go, Sam.
Yeah, I'll give it a go on an iPad at some point. But this is, I mean, I have an M3 Max. Why not play it on the Max settings?
It's a dream catcher.
Is this supposed to be the president?
Where it
Because I saw
is,
Norman Reedus wearing this
and I'll keep the nightmares away.
dream catcher earlier.
I'll always be with you.
M3 processors can use ray tracing. M1 and M2 does not support ray tracing. Episode 2 is called Amelie. Ray tracing is basically a waste of time because there are no games that support ray tracing at the moment. There are barely any games for the Max anyway, and ray tracing is basically going to massively tank performance even if it is implemented in macOS game.
There's a private room set aside for your use. Bridges perk. Take a moment to clean up, wash all that
So
chiralium
it's
off,
definitely probably, like, even if you had the option to turn on ray tracing in this game, it would probably tank the frame rate so much that it wouldn't be worth it. Bridges energy. Here, the skin of Norman Reedus' skin is a bit too wet and shiny, isn't it? It's a bit too reflective. Stamina increased by 10%. Put on the sunglasses. It's 4 years old, but still one of the most demanding games. Yep. Who's he pointing to? Use at the sink. What's going on here? Okay. The it's quite funny. Take a shower. For like a post-apocalypse, this is like it's very futuristic bunker, whatever this is. Ray tracing is a waste of power and FPS, but I believe the M3
fuck's
Pro
sake.
Max are better in graphics
Isn't
performance.
anything
Yeah.
private anymore?
Oh, no. Except for taking a shower and going to the toilet, that is.
That's just how we look in the USA.
I take it you were getting yourself cleaned up. Good. Come to the president's office as soon as you're done. She's waiting for you.
This doesn't make any sense because we just incinerated the president. So is this a different president? So is this a
You
different?
did well, Sam. Thank you. Bridget
Okay.
may no longer be with us, but her legacy has a chance to live on.
Thanks for joining me on the stream,
listen to
Eagle. You should definitely go to sleep. I
America,
should go to sleep soon too,
Reconstructionism.
but
Her
still,
dream isn't
I'm still
dead.
happy to play on while there is an audience.
This is the face of our new hope. Our new America.
So this is the woman we had a dream about. Is that Bridget as well?
Amelie.
Someone else.
My mother may be gone, but I'm here. And you, Sam, you're here too.
Been 10 years since you saw each other, right? And in all that time, she hasn't aged a day.
He knows why. My body's still on the beach. I don't get to grow older.
The beach. This woman's face
You
looks
too,
very
Sam.
familiar.
You look good.
So you're serious then about reconnecting everyone and everything?
Docky, thanks. This game is interesting. Might get it. Time for bed. Good night, Docky. Thanks for joining me on the stream.
Someone has to succeed, Bridget.
Zelia, have you tested League of
More
Legends with
importantly,
metal enabling
someone
config
has to
files?
carry
Good
on her
performance.
legacy and see
I
our
haven't
country
tried
rebuilt.
League of Legends with metal enabled.
Samantha America Strand, our new president. A new beginning for our people, for our nation. Under Emily's leadership, we'll re-establish the UCA, the United Cities of America. This is how we'll rebuild our country. But we'll need your help to do it, Sam.
Girl 6'2", yeah.
I'm through with
She's
this.
tall.
I said my goodbyes to all of you when I said them to Bridget.
We never forgot about you, Sam. You ran away. You cut us off.
That's freaky. This uncanny valley
Emily put
face.
together an expedition. The best of Bridges won and went west.
This is just like a movie. I mean, Hideo Kojima always wanted to make a film, right? The bones of this are in Metal. I mean, the last proper game I finished, Hideo Kojima game I finished, was Metal Gear Solid 2.
I led them past craters in BT territory.
This is very Metal Gear
I kept them
Solid-y.
safe while they searched for survivors.
But the presentation is really good. I mean, these.
Never once missed a BT. Saw him coming a mile away.
What's a BT? These guys are ghosts. Are these ghosts?
We
What is this?
convinced community after community to join the UCA, and we left behind our own people to help them. It took us 3 years, but we managed to make it all the way to Edge Knot City.
All the
That's
way
where
to
we
the
are.
Pacific. Jesus.
Yeah, but then everything went to hell. The team was wiped out, and Emily was taken.
Have you played classic like Snatch Out? I have not heard of Snatch Out. What's that? Taken by who?
Taken.
I'm not being kept in a cell or anything like that. I'm allowed to use their facilities and to speak with you whenever I want. I just can't leave the city.
It's all to safeguard the continued independence of Edge Knot City. Well, that's what our keepers are saying, at least. They want the UCA to leave them be. Emily's their insurance policy in case we don't.
Who are these assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant separatist group. They run Edge Knot City.
I've heard of them. Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people and leaving craters.
Right. Nothing's off limits for them. Not even engineering void outs.
Oh, Snatcher. Is that this Kojima like police
Think the
game?
suicide that took out Central Knot was one of theirs?
Could be. There are extremists like the demons everywhere, plotting in the shadows. They're decentralized by nature. No one organization to rule them all. Just a common
This is a lot
ideology.
more interesting
I
than
know not
I first
everyone
imagined
shares
that
our
this game would
vision for
be.
the future. If we Americans don't come together again, humanity won't survive. I carried my mother's message to people all across the country.
This game is good.
But not everyone was willing to accept it.
Police Knots is this
More than a
police
few would
adventure
rather stay isolated.
game, right?
Keep to themselves. Go it alone. Like you, Sam. They think
Another
that
Kojima
now
didn't
they
make
can
it, but
only
I
be
really
fulfilled
like the
by
cinematics
by
from
men who tell them what to
Metal
do,
Gear,
who take away their
the
freedom and
the
put them
GameCube
in
version of Metal
shackles.
Gear
What'd you
1,
put on
Metal Gear
me?
Solid 1.
Huh?
The kind of crazy
You're no better
anime
than
like
demons. Just another kind of cult.
They're not
cutscenes from that
shackles, Sam.
remake.
They're a symbol of our bonds. That's what we need right now. Not to stand apart, but to come together.
I wonder how this game
To
would run on
form
M1 Pro. I
chiral
think it
bonds
would
and
run fine.
Sam, we want
At
you to
1080p, it
go
would run
west
great, I think,
and
on
finish
M1 Pro.
what Emily started. The people she left behind have been hard at work, setting up chiral network terminals. But these terminals are still isolated. We need you to bring them online. And for that, you'll need a Cupid.
Cupid.
This contains all the necessary security and operations protocols to integrate a terminal into the chiral web.
Are these
Take
USB
Cupid west,
sticks?
Sam, and reconnect the people of our great nation. And when you get to
It's not just
Endless
like a
City,
cyberpunk visual
find
novel.
Emily
Mhm.
and bring her home.
That's quite. So it's
After
taken
that,
2
I'll
hours
take over the
and 20 minutes
presidency
to
and
get
carry on Mother's
into the
work to
main
save the
quest.
country.
This was Bridget's dying wish. This is how we'll move forward.
Does this have a demo? It does not have a demo,
We need you.
but you can,
Sam Porter
you know,
Bridges now.
it plays
Not a
okay at the
Strand.
moment.
Hell, I'm not even part of this outfit.
I'd say that if you buy this
Well,
game
sort
and
of
you
that.
play it less than 2 hours,
I'm
you
not
can
getting
probably get a
involved with you
refund from the
or
Mac App
anyone
Store.
else ever again.
Wait.
I have a tutorial video on my second channel on how to get refunds for games that you buy on the Mac App Store.
See? It's like I'm not even here. Same as it ever was.
Norman Reedus' character is like his character on Walking Dead or something.
Hold on.
Very
Stop.
reluctant to help
Listen to me.
establish a base.
America needs you. Both of you.
Yeah, covering the world in cable didn't bring an end to war and suffering. Don't act surprised when it all comes apart if you try to do it again. Round and round it goes. Connect, reconnect, it's not that simple.
All right, Sam. Just take it easy. I get it.
This guy's dressed like a
You don't
butler.
have to commit to anything now. Why not get some rest?
Good idea. We all need our sleep. Leave it too long and you're liable to reconnect with the other side. The necessary maintenance has been completed. Various adjustments and fine-tuning for your benefit. You can use it again. For once it would
BB's
seem
been
that
tuned.
Dooms and BBs are a good combination.
Dooms. The FPS counter is tiny because it's it's in 4K, but right now it's running really well. About 45 FPS. Might turn on the Metal FX again. Get that solid 60 because most of the game so far has been 55, 60 FPS at 4K. Cool. That sand looks very realistic. Why on a beach again? It's like a volcanic beach as well. It's nothing like in America. Maybe in Hawaii or something. You get black sand like that.
Sam.
What's this about?
Listen, you are Sam Strand.
I thought it was Sam Porter Bridges.
Not anymore. My name is Sam Porter Bridges.
David C, I'm going to sleep. As always, thank you very much for the
Funny word, Strand.
for us offering us good content,
Strand
Andrew.
is
Have a good
part
night
of
night.
road
Thank you very
we
much,
want.
David. Good night.
Well,
I hope I'll see you in the
means
next
being
stream.
washed up on the shore. And being stranded is when you can't go home. I'm stranded.
It's like a crazy science fiction film.
Here on the shore of the Pacific.
Yes, graphics are maxed out. Metal effects is off. If that bit in the top right is white, if that third line, which says FPS, is white, it basically means we're at 60 FPS. And most of the time it's just at 60.
You're free, but we're still connected. Don't tell me we're not.
I mean that the effect with that kind of lens flare is very good.
I'll be waiting for you.
So now it's evening again? What's happening here? Sun's gone down, it's kind of orange now. What? What's happening here?
Wait!
Handcuffed.
Good morning, Sam.
I was writing that earlier, so... So we're to showered.
This is Di Hardman.
Die Hardman.
Log.
What kind of name is that?
Private rooms come with all the basic amenities. Shower, toilet, etc. Drop in when you need to rest. Inspect your gear, review info, or whatever else. If you have any questions, feel free to ask our staff. But before you do, why not check things out for yourself? See how Bridges operates
bad.
these days.
What is that thing on the right? Is that... That's the ghost things. That's me trying to crawl through them.
With that terminal there, you can browse the Bridges database, which has info on a range of subjects. You don't have clearance for everything, but there's still plenty you might find informative.
So the game is that we have to connect up all of these cities. Save.
This case will remove any chiral matter still clinging to your suit. Speaking of suits, blue is for delivery personnel, red for medical, orange for corpse disposal, and black for security.
Sam, this is Deadman. I calibrated your BB based on physiological data we collected from you earlier. It's still just a best guess, though.
Freaky deaky.
After you take it out for a spin, we can check if you're in sync and tweak the BB sensitivity as needed.
Hey there. Believe we've met. I oversee delivery operations as well as maintenance and repairs. Nice to have you on board. I'm Mama, in case I didn't mention it before. Those there are strands. Not just used for packing, by the way, but for identification too. Take a closer look and you'll see.
Sam's blood
the
is
red there?
woven into its fibers.
That's your blood.
So I have all of these suits that I could optionally wear. Use toilet. Sitting. Okay. Let's do it.
Sam, Hartman here, researcher devoted to uncovering the secrets of the beaches and the Death Stranding, as well as those of dooms and repatriates. When you relieve yourself, a certain amount of chiral matter is flushed from your system. Chiral matter can adversely affect hormone secretion and nervous function.
Chiral matter
There's
is like
a
black
correlation
goo.
between exposure and the development of phobias, as well as, in extreme cases, violent and suicidal impulses. Chiralium contamination has even been postulated as a trigger for the onset of dooms.
Isn't
Allow
dooms
me to
the thing that
collect
we
a
have?
sample of your excretions
That
from my
Norman
studies.
Reedus' character
They
has.
provide a non-invasive means to monitor your exposure to chiralium and your overall health.
Okay, let's go. Oh.
Well,
Thought I was leaving.
have you had a chance to think it over? Chock full of chiralium, but safe for you Dooms guys to wear. That's all you'll need to go forth and reconnect the world. To make us whole again.
I'm a porter. I don't care about connecting anything. Or making knots. But I'll do what I have to help Amelie out.
Amelie. So these USB sticks are like made of the same material as the chiral matter. It's made chiralium, black chiral matter.
Listen up, Sam. The terminals Amelie's people built in the towns and cities they passed through on their journey west are called knots.
Knots.
The infrastructure's there, but the chiral network is offline. Right now, it's only capable of transmitting voice communications. Sometimes wired, sometimes wireless, and a small amount of data. So,
The fidelity of this game is incredible. Like every single animation and detail of the suits and
Emily and
everything
the other Bridges members you've seen around
is like
the
very,
place are
very.
grams generated
It's
from
very
local
good.
data. In case you didn't know. Anyway, all you've got to do is find the knot, connect your Cupid, and bring chiral communications online.
You've got to do. That's all you got to do.
Once you connect it to the terminal, you'll be able to initiate zero-time massive data transmission with the UCA network. And just like that, you'll reconnect us not only to each other, but to our past. All the
Blood
lost and fragmented junk data will be compiled and restored. Like bringing a dinosaur back to life from a fossil.
If you say so.
4.6 billion years of history on
Yeah,
Earth.
mocap.
All the wisdom
Like a
and
lot of
knowledge
mocap.
lost since the Death Stranding will be ours again.
A very,
And
very
that,
physical
my
motion capture.
is how we'll beat this thing.
Like normally with motion capture, like in a game like Baldur's Gate 3,
Once
it's
you
just
establish chiral
on the spot.
communications, generating grams won't be an issue.
But this is like a live set.
You'll also be able to
Like
use
these
chiral
guys have got to
prisms.
interact with each other, look at each other in the eyes,
Won't be long before we're able to send all kinds of things through the wire.
and there's a lot of detail, like
Except
the
anything
costumes
original.
and the
Or the
shiny,
soul.
the shiny details.
Nothing real. Just copies.
True. Which is why we'll still need porters like you. Before and after we're made whole, we'll need men in the middle.
No rest for the wicked, huh?
God, it's been 2.5 hours now, and we're still in this kind of early stage.
Yeah, well, idle hands and all that. We'll give you the details at the dispatch terminal. Make sure you check it upstairs. Drop's waiting up there too.
These shoes look like they've done some serious miles. Shall I dispose of them?
Wait. Hold on. There's something I want you to look into. My blood seemed to set those things off. Happened more than once.
Set them off? How do you mean?
I don't know. You took my blood, didn't you? You tell me.
Set
All
one
right.
off.
I'll see what I can do.
I think out of the 2.5 hours I've played so far, I think more than an hour and a half has been cutscene. I've probably done less than 1 hour of gameplay so far. But it's very like fascinating stuff. I mean, it's like watching a film. Like a crazy film. Is this Mads Mikkelsen again?
I'm sorry, Lisa. Don't worry. I'll take care of him. I promise you. Baby.
Maybe.
Baby, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Steady.
And friendly, this game is not for everyone. It's pretty much a movie that goes on too long for most, though I do enjoy the game a lot. Unfortunately, I mean, not unfriendly. Unfortunately. I think there's a certain appeal to this type of experience because it's kind of like the gameplay kind of reinforces some of the themes, right? Yeah, what are these boots?
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey. Sam, check the terminal for available orders.
What terminal? Oh no, I have to go here.
Sam, this is Di Hartman.
Die
Our current
Hardman.
objective is to extend the Cairo network from here to Port Knot City. But don't think you can make a beeline straight for it. Signal won't carry that far.
Didn't I just go to Knot
To cover
City?
the distance, we need to utilize knots. Think of it like tying ropes together to make a longer rope. The first of these knots is a Bridges Way station. Go ahead and
Guillermo del Toro.
deliver whatever they need and connect the Cupid.
A Cupid, like a Cupid angel. Okay, that's a different capital, Knot City.
Sam, order summaries may contain information critical to your success. Make sure to review them before getting underway.
Proskim. Hey guys, this is a good game. I just showed up on my App Store as featured. Chat, is this a good game? I'm enjoying this so far. I'm not sure it's a good game though. Like it's like, it feels very much like an interactive experience. Smart drugs.
Sam, now we've supplied you with some rope and a ladder for this run. They should help with the steeper inclines, and the ladder will also make a halfway decent bridge if you need to cross a river. Right now, I figure you're thinking about how you want to handle this order.
It seems that this game has a lot of fans. Why do I have two bridge boots? Okay, well, I just won't argue with that right now. It's a weird game. This is pretty weird.
Order assigned.
Deliver the smart drugs to Capital Knot City. So I've got to... Just got to get all the way here. So I've got to plot. So I have to get across these rivers. Presumably if I go near the mouth of the lake, it's going to be harder. So presumably I can take a ladder and then maybe I can retract them.
Sam, triple checked your loadout, I take it?
I've got a lot of ladders. I have to get over there, don't I? Get over this way. Can't I take one of these trucks? 22 euros.
Have a pleasant journey. Sam, you see that sign someone left over there? You can leave some of your own if you'd like. Messages, warnings, words of encouragement, whatever comes to mind.
I can make sounds like in Dark Souls or something. So I've got to get all the way over there. Okay, that seems easy enough.
Sam,
It's like the codec.
have been known to lose their cargo. But you're better than the best. You've got what it takes to finish what they started. If you come across any abandoned shipments, consider taking them to their intended destination.
It's easier than you might think. See, all our packages are tagged with Bridges IDs for easy tracking. And your Odra deck is equipped with a scanner which might detect said IDs. Which is a roundabout way of saying that that thing on your shoulder can help you locate mislaid shipments.
I see a mislaid shipment here.
Every parcel is a
You like this more than Red Dead Redemption 2? That was an amazing game. Talk about one that I'd love to see come to Mac. Yes, it would be cool to see Red Dead Redemption 2 come to Mac. Chances are low. Can I cross this without a ladder? Do we know what the director's cut has the original didn't? More blades across. I have no idea. They probably just made the game much longer, and we'll never really know. Carry on back. Okay, I'm carrying a lot of stuff. I don't want to make this too hard on myself. I didn't get all the way across here. Can I cross? Let's save the game. I've got an M1 Pro and an 8 gig RAM. Do you think it'll run at lower settings? I will give you that answer tomorrow because I do not know right now whether it can run that well. I'm sure it can, but I don't know for 100% sure yet. And so I've tested it with my own eyes. Be careful with the rivers, you will get knocked off your feet and lose your cargo. Okay. I see those streams looked okay to me, but I can see that there's definitely a need to. I've got these ladders and climbing anchors. What is this? What the hell's this? Urinate. Okay, fine. When do I need to urinate? This is peeing simulator too. What is this? Postbox. Oh, I can put...
Good work, Sam. I see. Feel free to submit it here for If you come across any more while out on a run and don't think you can carry it, it'll be safe and secure, even if it has to pass through a dozen more hands before it arrives.
It's like a postman. Like a
you can
postbox.
rest easy knowing you did.
Postbox. So I can... let's put it in, pop it in. Entering the first city is a pain in the ass. After that, there are ways to make travel a lot easier. I dislike the combat in Horizon while I simply got lost in Red Dead Redemption 2. Metro Exodus prefer the more streamlined experience of this game. It seems like it's less streamlined than I imagined because it seems like there are multiple ways to you know, do this run, I suppose you'd say. Like for example, this city, I can get to. Maybe I can go around. Well, it's saying to me I could go over. Like there's a few ways to do this. Like it's not as linear as it might suggest. This mountain's beautiful. So I have to do this. But maybe I can go around all the way around here rather than going over. Because that looks dangerous. Let's try going around this time.
Sam, remember that prolonged exposure to timefall damages cargo containers. Don't stay out in the rain any longer than you have to.
Timefall will accelerate the passage of time for anything it touches. Exposure to timefall renders cargo containers less impact resistant, putting their contents at risk of being damaged. Okay, well, the rain makes the thing erode faster, eh? That's an interesting concept. Thanks, Siddharth. What the hell? Exposure to timefall renders calm. What on earth is happening? What's that line mean? What is this line? Chiral network area. Okay, it doesn't want me to cross this line. Go left, there are BT over there. Where? So you shoot also something? I don't think you shoot anything in this game. Guns exist in this universe, but no one's using them to fight baddies. Yeah, Andrew, thank you for your videos. It introduced me to crossover and added play some of my favourite games. Glad I could help. Oh, whoops.
Eyes open, dumbass.
Check on the baby, do the... Okay, good boost. Okay, maybe I do have to go over this mountain then. I mean, it's quite interesting that they made this, like, Japanese game, which is just... very weird. Very unique, anyway. So I have to get to Knot City. Let's save as well. Save. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make a hard right into here anyway. I'm gonna cross the line. I've crossed the line. Okay, so I'm gonna use a climbing rope. Oh, cool! I can go all the way down here using a rope. Meters. You haven't read a single thing I've said, you just skip over every time. I just read that, didn't I? More Cress, if you can ever figure out with noobs how to get games like Lost Ark working, that would be amazing. I seem to think crossover is some kind of hack, so activated anti-cheat to block. Yeah, I'm afraid that's probably what happened. Anti-cheat is the most common reason why these games don't work properly. Lost Ark, of course, is DirectX 12, and that used to be an issue, of course, before Game Porting Toolkit, but these days less of an issue, all thanks to crossover. You know, reach that building and bring them online. Yeah, I can see that. You need to cross this river. So presumably I need to use a ladder. Let's got some more cargo here. Can I fit this much cargo on? Oh yeah, that's probably the right place to put it. Guess you want to put it at the shortest point. That's technology. Can I carry another thing?
Too close.
Do you think switch emulation on the M1 Mac will improve, or is the performance maxed out? It will always. I think there's a lot of room to improve switch emulation on the Mac. Ah! Okay, I did not mean to cross the river without a ladder. Oops. Can I not climb this? Come on, Norman, you can do it. We're getting to this next city, okay? Whether it kills us or not. Oh my god, it's carrying so much shit. It looks exhausting. I mean, that must be hundreds of kilos worth of stuff. I'm getting tired just looking at it. Crust of Honor says, do I have a Steam Deck? Yes, I do have a Steam Deck. However, what I will say is that I do like the idea of a Steam Deck. I think that in terms of, now that we have the importing toolkit for the Mac, my reasoning for having a Steam Deck has kind of reduced a lot. Because I really wanted the Steam Deck to get, to have, to be there in order to play PC games and emulate games that I wanted to play while I'm out and about, away from my gaming computer. And what I found is that the importing toolkit's basically taking care of that for me, because I basically take my MacBook Pro with me everywhere, and so the concept of having another device as well to play games on a worse screen.
Thank you. We've all been feeling the loss of Central Knot City.
With worse performance, so like if I want to play Baldur's Gate 3, then it's just way better on a MacBook than it is on a Steam Deck. Then it's kind of it's kind of pointless having a Steam Deck and a Mac, unless your Steam Deck is playing games that your Mac can't, which it can play many games that your Mac can't, especially multiplayer games like Lost Ark. Well, actually, not Lost Ark. But if you install Windows on a Steam Deck, you can play Lost Ark on it. So my Steam Deck has been kind of gathering dust lately. Probably should sell it. Yes. Good stuff.
You're with the second team, right? Where are the others?
Dead. Caught in the void out.
Oof, dead.
No way. That one blast got them all? And what, they just sent you out on your own? I mean, if it was just a delivery, that'd be one thing. Porters come through from time to time, but the second team was meant to bring the Cupid. They were going to connect us up. 3 years we've been waiting for help. 3 years.
3 years, oh my
And they
god.
sent us one guy. Shit.
Postman, yeah. Royal Mail.
You brought more than the Oxy, at least.
I've got the Cupid.
You... Really? So it's true. I finally got it working. Well, then you just might be the answer to my prayers. So what are you waiting for? But you put us on the goddamn grid.
Well, it's more like, it's not just a postman, you're like the internet man. You're networking these people up. Even though these clearly you could have just used a mesh Wi-Fi network and connect these places up. And why do you need a networking up if the Amelie girl can holographically project all the way from the other side of the country? Postbox, literally called the postbox. Make a delivery, deliver lost cargo. Okay, crazy. This area is now connected to the chiral network, enabling you to see and access other place structures. Okay. Cable guy.
Connection to Capital Knot City confirmed. It's really happening. Just like Amelie promised. We can finally do what we came here to do. Hey, you're headed west, right? Gonna be a lot.
Please, Andrew, if you can bring some new videos with emulation for M1 base. I've done loads of videos for the M1 base. Rejinx mostly runs really well on the M1 base.
Me, I've never met her. Only seen her hollow messages.
I've got a base M1 MacBook Air, so Steam Deck is my main gaming platform. So yeah, the base M1 versus the Steam Deck, probably Steam Deck is comparable. But if you've got anything more powerful, like the M1 Pro or above, then it's... I'd rather just play whatever game's compatible for Mac, rather than playing it on a Steam Deck.
Right. What's next?
Because the Steam Deck's way more of a compromise than a MacBook is.
Expedition put in place, and beyond them is your next destination, Port Knot City. It's on the shore of a crater lake that formed after the first void out. Your objective is to link up Port and Capital Knot. But to do that, you'll need to utilize our facilities as additional waypoints. They'll be essential for establishing a stable connection. Given the distance we need to cover, we're looking at using a distribution center and a power station, as to which you should head for first. Start with the distro center. We've got some cargo that needs delivering anyway. Check the nearby delivery terminal to pick it up.
Okay.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal.
Please access delivery terminal.
Your hard work's...
Fabricate equipment.
Thanks to the increase in network capacity, HQ is now in a position to provide you with additional materials and support. Should prove useful.
Okay, interesting. Okay, we need to take on... Okay, we're going to accept orders.
To build a post box, you'll need to use a PCC. It goes without saying, but if you're not already carrying a PCC, you'll want to fabricate
It's a post-doc construction card or something.
Sam, you can use that PCC to build a post box.
Okay, making a post box. Carry it all on the back. The hell? How much stuff am I carrying? Am I supposed to carry this much stuff? Macs have always been fine for emulation in my eyes. Long support from applications like RetroArch, Dolphin, and NVMe made Macs great for emulation. Emulation is more about CPU after all. Yep. Agreed. Am I supposed to be carrying this much crap?
Sam, assuming you've got your PCC in order, head to the site I designated and build that post box, would you?
Hi Red Dragon, welcome to the stream. I finally got it working. Am I stuck or something? Can't turn around. I just keep dropping the stuff. I think I need to rearrange my bag because I can't even get out of this room. If I carry the ladders, do I need this many ladders? I'm out. I'm almost out of the opening credits. Oh my god. I have to keep, if I hold it in my hand, I have to hold L2 and R2 the entire time. I'm carrying too much stuff. I need to get rid of a ladder, I suppose. Yeah. I can only carry... Norman readers, you can only carry 120 kilos? What kind of loser are you? Oh, yeah, deliver the cog. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for the tip. Yeah.
Delivering cargo.
Oh my god. Okay, good. I thought I had too much stuff. Okay, that makes more sense. Do I need to carry more boots? Why am I carrying extra boots? Am I supposed to be carrying extra boots? Okay, so I have to go where? Here. I have to build a post box. Okay. Select orders from the cufflinks. So I have to deliver the post box there.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
So I've got to do so. Got to find the order. Let's do it. Moon Football, yes, I am playing on the Mac now. This is the Mac version, running in beautiful 4K Mac settings. Pretty much at 60 FPS. Let me just check what the settings, graphic settings are again. I keep forgetting what I did with this. Yeah, Metal FX is off, so it's just native 4K, no upscaling or anything. And, you know, pretty much hits 4K the entire time, so... I've been playing this for hours now, and it's worked really well. I think I might build this post box and I might call it a night soon because it's been 3 hours and 3 hours a good stream maketh. Good stuff. This rain animation is quite pretty. Do you know if the stream version is going to be available for Mac 2? I don't think it's ever going to be available because of the nature of the Steam, of the mod, of the port of this game. Paid for by Apple, with iCloud integration with iPhone, iPad, and other Macs. PCC. Let's build it. It's just fabricating nanotech postbox. Interesting. We did it. Not bad at all. Just wish Apple would keep adding more high-end games. Yeah. Next one up. Assassin's Creed Mirage. Can't wait for that to come out soon.
Good work, Sam. That's a fine-looking postbox.
Fine-looking postbox.
And select Share Locker. You can share cargo and equipment with your fellow porters. Deposit a ladder and a climbing anchor, and I'm sure someone will eventually come along who could use it.
Deposit a what?
Sam, you can use share lockers to exchange.
It wants me to. And a climbing anchor. That's what he wants me to do, right? So I think we need to go here. I'm on the M2 Ultra and the GPU is pinned at about 100%, but it looks great. No stuttering at all. It's very GPU dependent as I don't see any CPU usage. Quite possibly. I'm torn between getting a MacBook Pro or Windows gaming laptop. I only do light gaming. It's all about the games that you play. I mean, Windows games are, generally speaking, going to run better on a Windows computer. You don't have to rely on translation layers. So I would seriously consider getting a decent Windows computer, especially Windows desktop. Now, if you need a laptop, I think Macs is where it shines. Great build quality, great efficiency, great portable device. Got a PC, better for gaming, I think, to be honest. Depends what you mean by light games as well, like is Death Stranding a light game? Well, it'll run on an ARM chip, runs on the smartphone. Must be a light game, right? Okay. I wish enabling the metal HUD didn't make FCPX crash when creating a new project. Well, anything that renders metal, you can just, I'll just turn off the metal HUD when running. It also happens when you run photos, DaVinci Resolve, anything that uses metal rendering engine. What's that?
Heads up, Sam. Your cargo's been pinged. Move. Now, before someone has eyes on you.
What does that mean?
Get to your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
I want to get the other side of the river. I don't need this.
Sam,
get too close to mule territory unless you have to. Focus on your deliveries for now.
What the hell's that? Are those baddies? 3 hours of almost non-stop AAA gaming. 4K, not bad. Not bad at all. Looking at it's pretty clear that M3 Max is capable of significant better graphics than PS5. Definitely. Well, it is a $4,000 computer. It's basically 10 times more expensive than a PS5 and an Xbox One X. Can you import the save? I bet you could. I wonder if we could maintain 60 FPS at these settings with low power mode on. Maybe. Okay. I'm just gonna see. Am I about to get jumped? Oh no. Can we use the blind human in this report? They're running away.
Mules gave you trouble, huh? Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
Can I go back through this territory then?
Goddamn cottonmouth.
I wonder if it can maintain 60 FPS if the settings low power mode on. I haven't tried yet. M2 Max isn't really that much better than the Series X. Yeah. If you want a dedicated gaming device, spending $300 or $400 on a Series S or Series X is probably a better idea. I'm always going to say this. Okay, let's get to the next part. What are mules? There's only 5% difference between M2 Max and M3 Max. Really? I haven't tested it properly myself. I mean, they did release it the same year after all. But the M3 Max is meant to be a 3nm chip. It is if you're just gaming and replaying my 3060 laptop that up M3. The laptop doesn't qualify AI models, doesn't entirely crappy battery life. Yeah. Windows laptops carrying a massive brick around. It is not good battery life. Oh, there's someone else's thing. Oops. Complete fail for trying to use that ladder. Whoops. What USB laptops can use power delivery? I haven't seen any gaming laptops. They all require a brick, don't they? FPS is about 55, 60 FPS. Do you think the Apple Vision Pro will move the needle for gaming on Apple ecosystem? I do not think so, because the Apple Vision Pro doesn't have any games on it. As far as I'm aware, it is not a gaming system at all. It is it's an augmented reality system. What? What was that? Huh? Something's chasing me. What? What's happening? Okay, I don't think we want to go there. Let's cross the river. Only got one ladder left. Can you just wade through? Let's just wade through. It's pro we don't get. According to Max Tech, individual M3 Max GPU cores have the same performance of M2. They are 5% from having 14 instead of 38 cores. Okay. Most of the past 3 years too, my personal Legion laptop can charge my Steam Deck charger. Okay, Legion laptop. What GPU does your Legion laptop have? Okay, these BT things are very scary, and I should not have crossed the river. Bizarre. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Oh no, oh no. Oh, I'm gonna save the game here. Can I save? Have to go around. So it thinks that there's a baddie there, BT. So if I get around the BT, maybe that'll be better. Okay, well, I think there's a BT over there, so let's not go anywhere near that. Let's go around the danger, okay? A 3060 has a 320 watt power brick turbo button that runs the 3060 140 watts. The fan sounds like a vacuum sweeper. Okay. I think iStat menus need to be updated properly, show GPU performance using metal. God, are these BTs just everywhere? I feel like I have to go all the way around. Did I go the wrong way? $300 power supply is completely unnecessary for an RTX 3060. It could be smaller, like 220 watts. The great thing about the MacBook Pro is that, you know, the 16-inch comes with the 140-watt power brick, but I only ever really carry a 65-watt. This thing is detecting BTs everywhere. Again. Okay, let me try and get through this silently. Hello, Arman. Oof, that's stressful. Those ghost things are freaky. Okay, I've managed to survive that. If you stay still there up here, you can adjust your path. It's kind of also pointed them. Looking the long way around. That's probably scary, isn't it? Have I been out for too long?
Something wrong, Sam?
I don't know. Kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about. Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry, though.
Don't I need that to detect whether there's BTs coming for me? Auto text me out. Don't I need that thing to figure out?
When the strain on your BB exceeds sustainable levels, it triggers the production of harmful compounds, and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
Okay, come on, dude. Let's get you to save the BB. Using the M3 Max. M3 Max 16-inch 40 GPU cores, 48 gigabytes of RAM, running at 4K max settings. This just makes me want more Sony games on the Mac. I definitely could do with some God of War, Uncharted.
Sorry, kid.
Plenty of other games too. I think I finally finishing this level, and then that might conclude the end of a 3-hour stream. I thought I was going to finish it earlier, but Whoa. Okay, that's not good. This is like the thickest part of the stream. Maybe I need to find the... I don't have enough ladders. I don't have enough ladders to get across this. They just jump across? Okay, that's easy enough. Ah. I'm fine. You know, they could build all of these huge metal buildings, but they didn't have any roads or infrastructure or anything. They just plonked a giant subterranean complex, but they didn't build a road. Quick question about the M3 Max laptop. Does the fan make noise at all, or is it silent? Right now I can hear the fan is spinning. It's not spinning very fast. Not annoying at all.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo.
I own this game on Epic as well. Happy to have a native on a Mac. Well, I want many more now. Yes, I do too. This is like beautiful. I can't really fault this game running on a Mac.
Decontaminating suit. Rest is advised.
One of the biggest benefits is ray tracing, but you don't need it because nothing uses ray tracing yet. M3 Max ray tracing calls cut render times in less than half, but skip the M3. Yeah, skip the M3, that's fair.
Folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right? The guy expanding the chiral network on his lonesome. When he's not out making deliveries. So what'd you bring us? Let's see it. Talk about above and beyond. Thanks. Must have
Fans on the M2 Ultra Studio are at 15%. Yeah, something like that.
Hey, you weren't joking when they said you were a legend.
It's only slightly damaged, right? I think it just took too long to get past those BTs. Good. Good stuff. 23 minutes to do that mission. Oh my god. It's quite tense, right? Even though it's just literally a fetch quest. The only game that uses mesh shading is Alan Wake 2. Yeah. America's not that small. I mean, we didn't just walk that far between the bases.
Sam, as always, thanks Thanks for bringing more folks into the UCA.
UCA or USA. Mules and drone syndrome. Bridge babies. Timefall. Male data. The area is now connected to the chiral network, enabling you to see and access other place structures.
Looks like we're on the chiral network. And with those materials you brought for our chiral printer, we can produce supplies for you here as needed. Now head west and keep on doing what you do.
Looking good.
Good.
Oh, this guy again.
Distro center's on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take your BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
BB.
Good work.
Rest in private room.
Your work is greatly
I am on the M3 Max. Will I be able to play with an M2 Pro? Yes. It'll work. I just don't know when.
You there? Little help.
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
What games are you playing, JD? Would the map not be too big if the map was real size? Yeah, but he's connecting the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. I mean, to walk that would take
Temporary
months.
excessive stress, easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
Last question goes. A big fan of FC24. How can I play this game with my M2 Max doing this Steam account? I did a tutorial about eFootball, which does work on Apple Silicon Mac using crossover, but you can check it out on my second channel. FC24 or FIFA 23 is working. If you want to use an earlier game like FT, like FIFA 22, 21, those do work on crossover, so try those instead.
Were designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb. Babies need to believe they're in one at all times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with a still mother via the chiral network. There. The update is in progress. Right now, the pod is synchronizing with the Steel Mother in Capital Knot City and reconfiguring its settings based on the latest data. Returning your BB to the womb in this manner will
I like Max, but at the moment there are too many
stress
deal breakers for me. Those saying you don't need
we're
yeah, there are a lot of deal
technically
breakers for you. For me, they're only I think for most people, they're only deal breakers if you don't have access to another gaming device. If you have a gaming PC or like an Xbox or a PS5 plus a MacBook, then the fact that the MacBook can't play some games is probably fine. But yeah, if you're relying on a single device, then yeah, there are a lot of downsides.
Each one has been physically removed from its steel mother's womb.
Those say that you don't need an M3. This is my first Mac and I want a new one. I don't want to use a refurb, so I want M3. Yeah, M3 isn't a bad choice. I'd love to see Macs get a way to do ray tracing when translating Windows games by GPTK. Yeah, me too. I think that there will be way more games that would work with ray tracing. If I don't really see many Mac developers actually implementing ray tracing on Mac games. Dusty Fly Guy. Andrew, do you know if Outer Wilds works on crossover? Yep. Not the graphics, that's the problem, but the game has lots of logic and physics that makes it hard to run. I've played Outer Wilds through crossover using CX Patcher. I think Game Porting Toolkit will work as well. So one of my favorite games. I didn't finish it there, but I did try it out. It seems to work fine.
Anyway, get some rest. You and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
A BB. So he's got to like handcuff himself before he goes to bed every night and have a dream catcher. No pillow, guy. I haven't tested out whiskey.
London Bridge is falling down.
This in 50 FPS. This is with Metal FX turned off. 4K settings at max max settings basically. So 50 is not too bad considering this is 4K.
Fair lady.
If I turn on Metal FX, it would be solid 60. Metal FX at ultra setting would be solid 60.
Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard. Still not chained up. Still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living
Final
long.
Fantasy VII Remake has
They're
some blurry
supposed to
areas
come
when playing on GPTK. Has anyone experienced this? It's a non-Steam version. I haven't had. Final Fantasy VII Remake is one of the better games that works on Game Porting Toolkit, so I'm surprised that it's blurry.
It's like
Yes, the game is out. It came out today.
Come on.
M2, M3 Max are great combo for 3D work games.
As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
Whiskey is a way better UI for me than Crossover. Okay. Crossover 24 has the latest version of Wine, and it has all of the necessary fixes for a ton of games and launchers. And it's really the future of wine gaming on a Mac. So that's all I have to say about that. Maybe the interface is better. I haven't really looked at Whiskey before, but Crossover has the latest tech. Final Fantasy VII Remake, you can disable the dynamic resolution with a mod. Yeah, this is 50 to 60 FPS, very stable. Turn on Metal FX and it's 60 FPS.
Hello, Sam. This is Hartman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
She's obsessed with getting Norman Reedus to take a shower. Just take a shower. Crossover 24 is it allows you to place bottles at different locations. Crossover 24 is in beta right now, so it'll be released in the next couple of weeks.
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are
Jar tone yet. Dan, I'm going to be testing this on my M1 Max. I still have it. I will be selling my M1 Max soon, but I'll be testing this game out on it. See how it runs.
Processing fluids. Waste products. Try running.
Hi, Mac Pro Chips. I can't believe you're still here. Great stream. Thanks again. Thanks for joining as a member.
Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react. Who knows?
Okay.
It may even prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the Death Stranding, but also the mystery of your body's
I'll check out just in case something to do with dynamic
affliction.
resolution. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake has got famous dynamic resolution issues.
Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America.
Are you based in England? Yes, based in London, North London specifically. Is it just me, or does the guy look like Daryl from The Walking Dead? It is exactly the guy, Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead. Same haircut. I'm going to do some streaming games in the coming weeks, but also AI stuff as well. Looking forward to it. If it pops up, I'll have a look.
Sam.
Got a grenade.
Sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the Cairo network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed. Now we've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
So you're originally from Ireland, been to London before, Wimbledon, live in Austin. What are you doing in Austin? Okay, I think it is time for me to call it a night. Calling it at 1:23 a.m. I've been streaming for over 7 hours today, so this is my second stream of the day, both over 3 hours long. And, well, it's been really fun playing Death Stranding on the Mac. Let me see, temperature-wise, about 89, 90 Celsius. Hot, but not, but the fans are on like a light. On light. About half speed, 3,500 RPM. So it's not too bad. Anyway, oh, you're a software engineer. Of course you are. If you're in Austin. It's like the new Silicon Valley, but in Texas. All right, guys, calling it a night. Thank you very much for joining the stream today. I really enjoyed playing the game. I'm in one of the posh areas, that's true. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be testing out the Death Stranding on lower end Macs probably tomorrow, and making a video about this just to assure people that it's going to work. You might have to turn down some of the bells and whistles just to get this working on a lower end Mac. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm ending the stream now. See you later.